Good evening, everyone.
Hey!
Hey! Woo, to a party. Welcome back to Ghostlight RPGs. We are here. We're doing Future Rain. If you don't know what that is, welcome. We're happy that you just stopped by. So this is episode 4 of an ongoing series we have, Future Rain, a Marvel heroic role-playing game. If you're not familiar with MHR, it is a fantastic game designed by Cam Banks, and we have updated it to use the Cortex Prime system, also designed by Cam Banks. If this is your first stream you're watching, you can totally catch up on our past streams. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll find all of the old streams we have, including the first 3 episodes of this campaign. If you don't want to do that, that's cool. I'll remind you what happened. We are using Ko-fi for tips throughout this campaign. If you would like to tip us, I just dropped that in the chat. The tips go directly to these players here that you see before you, and we do appreciate them. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. My name is Justin. I am the Watcher, or the GM, for this campaign, and I'm excited to be here. I'm going to pass it over to somebody else, and I'm going to need you to tell me your name and your character name. And at the end of the last session, we had you leaving one city and going to a different city on horseback. So just tell me, what was your horse's name for that travel? Let's start with Graham.
Hi, I'm Graham Ward, he, him. I'm telling that to Justin because he asked me to tell him. I'm playing Bruce Banner.
I gotta write your name down. Hang on.
Yeah, if you would, just so you don't forget, because that's embarrassing. I'm playing Bruce Banner. And then my horse's name is Stumpy. I actually had to remember because I said it last session. Stumpy is a squat. What's the dappled gray?
Oh,
horse.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no, I gotta keep these horses alive now, don't I?
You messed up, buddy.
Bruce has been like getting into the cowboy spirit in like a really obviously kind of not authentic way, but he's like feeling it, and everyone else might be looking at him like, "What is wrong with you?"
Stumpy.
All right, I'll popcorn over to Elise.
Hello, my name is Elise Poehling. I am playing Natasha. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And my horse's name is Umnyashka, which in Russian means clever one. And she's a beautiful black horse. Just all black. A Frisian horse, if that's how you say it. Yeah. And then I'll popcorn it down to Kelsea.
Hello, Kelsea. She, they. I am playing Johnny Storm, Human Torch. My horse, I picked it because of its name at the yard, and its name was Bruce, and I thought that was fucking hilarious. It is an Appaloosa. And the best part is, if he wrote it for like 2.5 minutes, was not for him, tied it to Rogue's saddle, and then flew away. So flew most of the way. So we've got Bruce with us, and no one is riding Bruce. But that's another joke that Johnny brings up as well, because no one is riding any of the Bruces in this party.
Oh my.
I cannot.
Popcorn to Hollis.
Hello, my name is Hollis, he, him, his. I'm playing Matt Murdock and Daredevil, and the horsey that I'm riding, its name is Willie, after Wilson Fisk, who I've just crushed.
Damn!
Wow. You aren't taking that horribly at all.
Oh.
That's just like not even 24 hours later, just I love it.
No, immediately.
You're getting back on the horse, as they say.
Okay, and that's our time, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass it to Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Munoz, she, her, and I'm playing Rogue. And Rogue's horse's name is gonna be Moonshine. And Moonshine is a like gold and white kind of painted horse with like those like creepy blue eyes that some horses have that just kind of stare into your soul and are just judging you forever. So that's hers.
Wild. Horses kind of scare me now. I don't know. You said that.
What's your horse's name?
Yeah.
My horse's name is Twitch. He just has one eye that twitches. That just kind of tweaks out. That's it. So, now that we know horse names, let's go ahead and talk about content warnings. This is a rated R podcast. Podcast? Jesus.
it's one of those things.
It is rated R. It is not a podcast. Sorry, my projects are getting mixed media here.
But our future podcast export listeners are gonna have a real laugh.
They're gonna love that. This is a rated R stream, and we will use strong language, graphic violence, elements of despair and horror. It is not for kids, and we know kids love the Hulk, but probably shouldn't watch this one. So if you have a kid, just know that going in. Safety tools. I'm gonna have a kid soon, so I don't know. I'm practicing these speeches. Safety tools we use. Color cards. So if everybody just show like one of your things. Little safety tools. Guys, this derailed. I swear to God, I've been trying to get better at these intros to like make them, vibe quicker. And I think that I'm actually getting more off topic as I go.
You're doing great.
Let's talk about what happened last time on Future Reign. After being pulled through a portal called a Nexus Gate, our heroes found themselves in an alternate universe 30 years in the future where almost all superheroes have been killed or otherwise defeated, and villains reign supreme. The makeshift team wound up in Fisk Lake City, where they found some familiar faces and helped free the city from the tyranny of a mystically powered kingpin. Knowing that they must assemble 3 rare components, Pym particles, vibranium, and adamantium, in order to get back home to their reality, they set off in search of adamantium in Sin City, formerly Las Vegas. As they arrived in the cover of night, they found Sin City incredibly empty and deserted. The one exception being Rogue's old flame, Gambit, who caught her eye from across the expanse of street. Those Las Vegas blocks, man, they ain't no joke, let me tell you what. Gambit caught your eye, beckoned you sort of to come closer, and after a few quick words, you noticed pretty quickly this is not your Gambit. Although in many ways he physically looks the same way, he even talks the same way, he says things that just make you... He feels like he's yours, but there's 2 things that sort of are mainly different. Number 1, his eyes. His eyes, as we discussed at the end of the last session, are not all black. They're just something different. They just basically don't look like his eyes. They look like they were, I don't know, somebody else's eyes. And the second thing that's different is in the center of his forehead is a small red, sort of protruding diamond shape. As you notice these things, Kelsea, question.
Point of order. I couldn't figure out, are we saying that his eyes have been like surgically removed and added in a different way? Or do they just look like they're a different cast,
That's a great question.
Is it full Minority Report or?
they
Obsessed.
they don't look like they've been surgically changed by any means. They just it's almost like if you looked at me and you were like, "Oh, that's Justin on the street," but his eyes are blue. Why are his eyes blue? That's just different. Is he wearing color contacts? What's going on?
So they are visibly actually different, not just like an attitude change.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct. Thank you for the clarification. So, as we begin today's session, and we will start here in this moment. Rebecca, Rogue is flying about 40 or so feet off the ground next to an adjacent rooftop where this sort of Remy, non-Remy, whoever he is, basically just chucked some... I think I was having problems deciding if it was cards or not. I'm just gonna say it's cards. Why not? This is a comic book. Let's go. Just full-on cards. He's in Vegas. There's cards everywhere. Chucks cards at you. And they explode. Starting our action scene. Now, the rest of you are nearby for superhero talk. I mean, basically right there. Although, for those of you who can't fly or leap incredibly high, you may have to do some climbing to get up into this area. It's sort of up to you. But I'm going to start with Rebecca here. Rogue, you will go first. And yeah, let me just throw on great. I'll reveal this in a second here. Let's just get going here. So, Rebecca, what do you do in retaliation or in response here to Gambit's attack on you?
So he just threw like exploding things at her.
Yeah, 3 just exploded sort of right at you. No damage, just sort of like a warning shot, it seems.
Okay. So I think she like kind of flies out of range a little bit for a second to kind of collect herself, because like, what the fuck? And then she's just gonna say, "Oh, buddy, you just put me in a horn tossing mood," and she's just gonna fly straight at him and try and just yeet him, like just deck him right in the kisser.
Fantastic.
In the handsome little kisser. All right.
Yeah, so go ahead and symbol that roll here, and I will do the same.
That is a 19 with a D10.
Great.
I
Okay.
was laughing at Elisa.
I know, right?
Okay, 19 with a D10. I've got a 16 with a D8. So you do succeed there. Your D10, what effect would you like it to have?
I would like this to be physical.
Physical stress?
Yes, physical
Great.
stress. Just straight on, just
going-
uppercut on the jaw,
Fantastic.
full force of a Southern Belle.
Fantastic. Great. So, Graham, if you would reveal... I'm gonna go ahead and reveal it for you. And I appreciate what you're doing there.
Oh, no.
But this is actually going to be something different. So if you wouldn't mind making those mutates have a... sorry, what was it? A D10? So that's going to actually knock one off. So this is going to be 3d8 mob of mutates, basically. Now that you've knocked one off already. That's fantastic. So, here's what happens. Rogue, you go forward. Smack this jaw, like right in the... ripping, almost like ripping it off. And you know your own strength. I mean, you're not trying to like rip somebody's head off here.
Right.
But as it kind of reverberates, it like turns almost to like sludge, and just kind of sloshes across the rooftop. As that happens, you see Gambit goes flying with that, face turned away from you. You see on neighboring rooftops a small mob, a dozen, 2 dozen, somewhere in there. Different figures have just seemingly appeared out of nowhere and are like running, full on sprinting in your direction. As you get a sort of, hone in on one of them, you can tell they have familiar faces. They are, in fact, all have the exact same face, and you recognize the face of Jamie Madrix, an old ally of yours, Multiple Man. And as they run at you, who do you want to pass it to?
I am gonna pass it to Kelsea.
I think I'm standing nearish Daredevil, and I go, ew, ew, ew. His face was squished. Ew. Just so that I can describe to Daredevil what's going on, just so that he's fully aware.
I appreciate it, and I've missed you. You're the only one that tells me what's going on around here.
And I would say you said about 2 dozen men's.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna attack them. My goal is to make this a very big multi-attack and really just go and fly around and sort of like spray all of them is what's happening here. So
Okay.
Sorry, I should have prepped my Shiza.
Graham, if you would do one thing for me. The mutates should have 3d8 currently.
3 left. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't clear, but
You're good.
they had 4 and she knocked 1 off, so.
Perfect.
Yes, so Kelsea, you're building a roll here to sort of just do a huge fire spray at them. I love that. Okay.
It's dramatic. All
So
right.
with your multi-power, you can include as many additional d6s as
I did.
people you're targeting. Obviously, the risk is the more dice you roll, the more chances there are of rolling ones and making
Yeah.
the doom pool get big. So it's
I
like
did.
the bigger your blasty blast, the more
Uh-huh.
damage and like havoc and doom you create.
And I would argue that it wasn't even that successful. So I rolled a 15.
15.
You do get to keep an additional effect die for each additional target past 1. So you could keep like
it
24
in my
effect
pool,
dice if you should. Like use them to inflict that many d6s or whatever of physical stress should you want to.
if I hit, right?
Yeah, if you succeed.
Okay, cool.
Cool. I got. You have a 15, you said? I am going to spend one of the Doom die to succeed on this, because I don't want all these guys born in just yet. So that will put me up to a 17.
Well, and I have a little present for you. It's 4 ones. 4 of them.
You rolled 4 ones?
Yeah, dog. I rolled
Holy
17,000 fucking d6.
baby. Wow.
Look, all or nothing.
So I will give you a plot point for those. That's wild. That ups, let's see, d6, d8, d10. I don't want to put it. Is it all or nothing, Graham? Like, if I have 4, do I just up that 1 die up to a d12 in the Doom pool?
Yeah, if you spend 1 plot point, that d6, which you get for the 1, then steps up a number of additional times. So step up 3 times. So 8, 10, maybe
So
d12.
could I give Kelsea 2 plot points and then add a d6 and a d10?
Yes. Mhm.
Great. So I'll do that, Kelsea. I'm gonna give you 2 plot points. Awesome. Let me
So, like, what does this doom look like?
yeah, for real. Do you have any thoughts, Kelsea, on how this might go so incredibly wrong?
Yeah, so when she hit Remy, it squished his face, right?
It did, yeah.
And it made it really scary. I would say that in a perfect scenario, things are sort of like wonky in how they're responding to stuff. So I would say, I don't know who's here, but if there's somebody else here that can sort of affect this and make the fire not act like it normally does, that would be a really big blow to me. And so if I'm coming through and just expecting it to act like it normally does and trying to spray these guys with fire, but it really is just like bubbles or something, then that would be like next level, you know? Or if they're protected in some way. So I would say that it should look like maybe somebody else getting involved if possible.
Okay, I love that. So you go to just immerse like this entire rooftop in flame, and as you do, as you are right about to like sort of just unload, your ears start to sort of just like vibrate and reverberate and just not stop, and your head feels like it's going to implode, and as it does, all of the flames that you were about to like push off just sort of like kind of like engorge yourself instead.
Yeah.
And engorge, maybe not the right word. Shut up, Graham. You know how I am with words. So the you see swooping in from the sky towards you. You see, I don't know if Johnny recognizes who this is, but just for the audience and for you as players, in this sort of striped wingsuit, swooping in, you recognize Sean Cassidy, Banshee, swooping in and attacking you with his sonic scream, screaming, and just, yeah, throws you completely off. Your ears are bleeding a little bit, and your flames have just sort of erupted kind of I can't think of any other word besides engorge now, damn it.
Engulfed is what you mean.
Engulfed, thank you. Sort of
Justin.
engulfed themselves around you, and then you sort of let go of that, and a huge blast of flame shoots off of you, and just like explodes in the center of this street, hitting these buildings, like whatever remaining kind of shards of glass that were there, shattering, and sending all of it sort of toward your your allies on the ground, essentially. So lots of falling debris. Graham, would you do me a favor, because I totally dropped the ball beforehand? Could you add a scene distinction here that is falling debris, please?
Yeah.
Sick. All right. Well, Kelsea, it was an eventful turn.
It was, and I got 2 plot points and a lot of information out of it. So good job.
Info! Who would you like to pass it to? Your options are anybody.
I would like to pass it to the Banshee.
Awesome. So, and for the record, all of the enemies are sort of going to go on one turn here. So that's just the mutates, is what I'm calling them. I know that name's already taken in the comic books. Don't at me. Let's go. These are mutated mutants. I don't know what they are. Here we go. So Banshee is going to swoop around and dive bomb all of your allies, essentially. So this is going to be Hulk, Black Widow, and Daredevil. This is an area attack on all 3 of you, which I believe means all 3 of you need to roll reaction rolls.
Yes.
Correct? Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a plot point and use my distinction at a D4 for a hinder. So I'm using genius in a bottle, like I'm feeling bottled in.
Love it.
It's a double
Okay.
entendre.
I've got... can't decide if I want the higher effect dice or not. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it that way. Okay, I've got a 16 with 3 different effect dice here. 2 d8s and a d6. So, who can beat a 16?
I failed.
Fail.
Damn.
Fail. Okay. Ooh.
I also
Expecting all
rolled
three
a
of you to
1.
fail. You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Boy, that's great. Love it. So
Such a bounty.
I will.
Yes. It must be so great for you, Justin. It must be
I'm
so fun.
I'm gonna up 2 of
Isn't
these
it interesting
d6.
that Justin never rolls any ones?
You know, you actually weren't here last week, but I did roll a
Oh, did you?
bunch of ones last week.
Yes.
He was not pulling his punches, but yeah, he did roll some ones.
He
So
waited
did
for you
have-
to leave.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I just can't get it going. So that is true.
That's
Does
what I
that have
heard.
to do with the engorging, or is that just
Yeah.
day to day?
Yeah, it's all about the engorging. This is gonna become a thing now.
It's only our banter that's rated R, guys.
Okay, so that is gonna be a D8 on Black Widow. Oh, sorry, this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be mental stress on all 3 of you, as it is
Okay.
incredibly hard to focus with this screeching coming at you full force. So that's gonna be a D8 mental on Elise, a D8 mental on Graham, and a D6 mental on Hollis.
I'm gonna spend my plot point that I got to redirect it to emotional stress.
Great.
As Bruce kind of staggers backward, feeling frustrated at being hemmed in, getting hit by that blast, and then you see me turn green.
Yay!
What a I love that none of that was audible, but we all knew what it sounded
Damn
like.
it.
What a gift, though, to give yourself to turn anything into emotional stress just to Hulk out is awesome. Okay, well that was the mutate's turn. Who? I'm gonna pass it now to. After that, I think I gotta pass it to Graham. That was great.
Okay, yeah. The close in shreds. Hulk launches forward, and I'm gonna just land right in the middle of the mutates,
Awesome.
and start like hitting them like a barrel of monkeys.
Cool.
Okay, using 3d6 Combat Master. We're on a team.
Damn it.
D12 Strength. I get to add my emotional stress to my roll.
Okay. I rolled a 1, so Kelsey cursed me. Thank you, Kelsey.
Okay, I've got an 18 total, as I just like plow, hopefully plowed through them, screaming, "Children, little children!" Oh, you didn't hear any of that, did you?
Slightly. Puny
Puny little children!
Puny little children. Fantastic. Yes, that does succeed. I got a 12. I forgot what you said you had, but it might be 5 more.
Yes, it was an 18 with
Okay.
a D8 effect, so D10 effect.
D10 effect is what you need to knock off one of these.
Yeah, baby.
Sick. So, yeah, leaping up, just smashing through. As your immense muscles go through their body, at first it feels like a normal, fleshy human body. But as you sort of put more force behind each punch, you can tell that it reaches a point where it becomes a little goopy. It gets a little sticky. It gets a little yogurty at times. Just not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I'm doing the thing where I've got one in my hand and I'm hitting the other ones with it like a baton.
Awesome. Okay, good visual. I love that. Who do you want to pass it to? I think the only people left are Black Widow and Daredevil.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Black Widow.
All right. Okay, so I'm still on my horse, correct? Is that True. Are we on our horses?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm on a horse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I am on my horse. I'm gonna say, "Yeah, Umyashka, yeah," and then just like start going super fast right towards these monsters. And then I'm going to like hang off the side of the horse and run my feet into their faces as I pass them, like I'm running on them on the side.
So yeah, just for the sake of, I think as Hulk started like smashing into some on the rooftop, I think a lot of them are starting to like fly off and kind of
Excellent.
land on the ground,
Perfect.
giving
Thank
you
you.
an opportunity to come at them here. So go ahead and make that roll. I love it.
Perfect. And just to be clear, I can use the scene distinction in place of
A distinction of your own, yeah. So you could use it as a D8 or a D4 as a hinder to give yourself a plot point. Like the falling debris is getting in your eyes or something.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Really quick, let me get my roll together. Okay. Let me roll. Okay. No ones. Thank God.
I rolled another one.
Oh.
Got a good roll.
I'm gonna use a plot point to add a die to my roll.
Cool.
So my total ends up being 14, and my effect is a D10.
Oof. I was rooting for you, but unfortunately, it's not enough.
I figured it might not be. But
I got
wanted to
really
try.
good, and I got a 17 there.
No!
So, as you are, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a D6 from the Doom Pool to use my effect die on you.
Okay.
Which is going to be a D8.
Okay.
And I think as you are sort of running along and like trying to kick your legs out, in that same way, I think you almost like on your first kick, get almost like stuck in like the body of one of these things after the Hulk sort of pulverized it a bit.
Yeah.
And as it does, it sort of like whips you off of your horse, kind of landing you on the ground, and these like all these like multiple men, basically these mutated sort of people start just kind of rushing around you, and you get. I mean, I don't know that Black Widow is like super claustrophobic or anything, but
but I've got mental stress, so that makes sense.
just all these sort of people coming around you, and just like you can't see the sky anymore because you're on the ground, and they are just like on top of you like a zombie horde. So this is going to be a D8 of mental stress, adding to that one you had, so that I believe just steps it up one.
Okay, so I'm now a D10.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Oh no.
You spent a die to the Doom Pool to do that?
I did, yes.
Cool.
The D6 was in there. So, Elise, that was your turn.
Yes.
I believe Hollis is
Yes.
the last person to pass it
Yep.
to.
Toss it over to Daredevil.
Well, so I think with all of this mental stress and the Banshees area blast and watching all of my friends get like fucked and dealing with the PTSD of dealing with Wilson Fisk, I don't know if I can stay here. Is there anywhere to hide?
Aw.
Yeah. I mean, you have these large sort of buildings with these big sidewalk, underpass sort of entrances, kind of acting like caves, hiding away in the darkness. So any one of those. I will also add one thing I forgot to mention is that when you first enter the city, kind of like what you can see on the graphic on the screen here, there are these sort of large crevices in the ground that just open up into darkness, and they're pretty easy to avoid, and you can see them coming, but they are quite large, and they do sort of divide parts of the city, and there is one sort of nearby where you guys are fighting right now.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to turn to Black Widow, who I've just seen get just demolished, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to grab her by the hand, and I'm going to take us to one of those crevices because I know I can't fight, but I know I need help, right? So
Okay.
I tell her, I'm sorry, but we've got to get out of here. And like, I've still also got Willie's reins in my hand because I'm going to protect this horse with a terrible namesake no matter what.
Amazing. Now, to clarify, do you want to go to like an underpass thing to hide, or do you want to go into like the crevice that goes deep into the ground?
No, I just want to go to a
Great.
pass.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just kind of go into one of these little building entrances. Now, can you get to Elise? That is what I'm gonna have you roll for here, to see
Great.
if you can kind of get her out of there. This will be against the mutates, honestly, because you have to sort of fight your way through them to get to her.
Of course.
And I keep you guys using your real names. I should say to get to Natasha. Natasha.
All right, I have a 14 with the D10 effect.
Yep, that's fine. I have a 12, so I'll let you have that one.
All right, then I'm
away
going
this
to.
time.
Fuck you, Matt Murdock. I'm just going to sprint towards like the scent and the energy of Natasha. I'm going to grab her by the arm, put her on Willie the horse, and make a like beeline for the underpass where I could take care of her.
Okay, great. Yeah, whip her up. She kind of just like acrobatically leaps and sort of, with your momentum, and just sort of like lands on the horse and kind of runs with you that direction. We are back to the top, so Hollis, you can pass it to anybody in the scene.
I'm gonna pass it on over to Johnny.
Pan away from you and kind of go back up to the sky. Johnny.
Yeah, I just sort of erupted, right? I think that it's gonna take me a second to shake it, and I wipe the blood out of my ears, and I'm immediately targeting the person that attacked me. So I target Banshee directly, and it's just gonna be a pretty classic situation where I just shoot everything I have at Banshee.
Awesome.
So wish me luck, guys. Can't be doing all this. Can't be doing all this stuff where it's not good. Okay. 16.
Of course it's your roll. It's your roll that I roll 3 1s on.
Oh, I'll take one.
Ever since you said that, I've rolled... yeah, you can take one.
Whoosh!
You can take one.
The Kelsea curse!
Okay, well, I got an 11 with a D8. What'd you get? 13?
16.
16.
Valg.
16? That's 5 more.
And that's a D10 effect die. So I bought one of your guys. What do I do with that again?
Yes.
Does it make me make the harm
Let
worse
us
to him?
Remind ourselves what we can do. Why is this slow? Sorry, I'm looking for it.
Justin, as you're looking, how many are in this mob again? 12? No.
There's. Hang on, let me go back. I've realized.
Sorry, pal.
I
I
was on a focus with Kelsea. My bad.
So with the plot point, you can step up any die that's in play. So like one of your powers, an asset.
Damage?
It would have to be a die that you're rolling as opposed to a die that you've already rolled. Does that make sense?
Okay, the one I just did doesn't count then. Okay.
So like for one use, basically, you're like using the opportunity to kind of like pump up one thing that's in play. You could recover a shutdown power set, that doesn't apply right now, or you can remove a die of equal size or lower from the Doom pool.
Oh, I want to do that.
Great. So
if you rolled
had
a 1, Justin, on a D10, we could remove a D10 from the Doom pool.
Yep.
I want the worst one of the ones that I bought from you. I want the highest one, and then I want it removed from the Doom pool.
Okay, so my 1 was on a D8, so you can remove a D8 from the Doom pool.
Thanks.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
and I would say
suck.
too that narratively, that is just, I retaliated so hard that this crew is a little bit busted from my response. I don't like to be harmed, and it doesn't happen very often. So not again.
Not
Son.
again.
Not again, son.
Sodden. 6. So that was a success. What effect would you like your die to have? It was a D10. Oh no, it was actually stepped up to a D12 because it was a heroic success.
Yeah, batch. So thank you, Elisa. I think I will just keep it focused on, I don't know, what do you guys think? Physical makes the most sense, right? Because I'm using fire. I'll just do that. We'll just focus it on physical for this bud.
And that's smart, just knowing that you have to sort of knock off these dice. But great. So that D12 will knock off one of the D8s, and there's only one left. So yeah, Johnny basically just were you targeting the scattering mob or Banshee? I forget. Banshee, thank you.
Specifically, right in his throat.
You do so, and flame straight on as he's sort of screaming out to you, and you see you've caught him completely on fire, to the point where he sort of glides down to the street levels, and literally just keeps gliding like Icarus out of the sky down into one of these crevices, where you see the sort of light, the flame, just get smaller and smaller down as he continually falls and falls and falls until you don't even see it anymore in the darkness down there.
I chase him. Cover me.
Do you really? That's sick. Okay,
this.
Sweet. All right. Well, you do that. Who are you gonna pass it to while you do that? I love that.
And I yell, "Cover me" at Rogue.
Cool.
She sees all that and she's just like, hell. Oh shoot, I had a plan, but you said cover me, so I'm like, I don't want to leave you hanging.
You can do whatever you want. Don't make me do the thing. You don't have to come.
I think Rogue looks to Banner and Hulk, and Hulk's still smashing, right? Okay. And she's gonna say, I think it's handled up here, and she's just gonna go follow Torch. So she'll follow down in pursuit.
Okay, cool.
You weren't expecting that, were you, Justin?
Not at all. I love it though. It's so great.
Teamwork.
Who do you wanna? So
we're separating the party together.
Rebecca, you journey down with Johnny. You sort of catch up to him on his descent. Mm-hmm. You two are in it's pitched. It's so dark out here, but luckily Johnny's flame is sort of illuminating the immediate area around you. And as you go down there, you do find sort of the bottom, if you will. It's just sort of this earthen tunnel system, and you see the body of Banshee, but it's sort of turned into a puddle with some bones, some elements of bone, but even the bone is sort of sizzling down a little bit. It's like the fire melted whatever this person was made out of. They're completely destroyed. But Rebecca, as you land and sort of just inspect this body, you hear a chittering from nearby, and Johnny, you do as well. And Johnny, as you sort of turn that direction to look, your light just barely covers just the edge of this vicinity, and you see an appendage, an arm, a leg, you're not sure, just sort of smaller, but sort of in the light, almost it's kind of creepy to say, but like a child-size leg. And as that leg sort of steps into the light, the a face, a hairless, sort of olive, kind of dull green, I guess, almost yellowish, like puke green skin creature sort of like emerges just a little bit, looks up at you with these massive eyes that are very much squinting in the light of your fire. Johnny, you immediately recognize a moloid, a creature that you know to be under the command of Mole Man, one of your first enemies as the Fantastic Four. This moloid, at first, it's almost like almost a bit of, I don't know, comfort, I guess, because they're not hard enemies by any means, and it almost kind of takes you back, Johnny, for a moment to like the good old days, nostalgic. You know? Yeah, truly. But as that one sort of peers forward at you, you do see another foot, and then another, and then on the wall, kind of peering in. Before you know it, there's a half dozen of these sort of crawling slowly towards the light. Johnny, you're watching that. Rogue, you're sort of watching as well, and that's when you feel sort of the hair stand up on the back of your neck as you sort of whip around, and in the darkness from this side, a couple dozen more are creeping towards you, and you see one sort of opens its mouth. Rogue, it is your go still. What do you do?
I think she's going to grab Johnny's arm and she's gonna say, "Let's go." She's just gonna fly straight up, just
okay.
Boom.
We're gonna see. Go ahead and roll for me to try and basically escape this sort of position that you found yourself in.
I would like to take one with me.
Take one with you. Okay. Depending on how this goes, we will either add them to the board or not.
Let's see. Ooh, here's a row. And this is Buddy, right?
Buddy. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
Buddies. All right, that's 8. Well, that's a 10. This is a D8.
Can I spend a plot point to help?
I don't think so.
I think she could give you a plot point to add one of your dice to her pool, but I think it had to be before she rolled.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been helpful anyway. I only had 2, like a 2. That was the only thing I had left. So
just to clarify, Graham, you're saying Kelsea could have added.
Sorry, if Rogue wants to use one of Human Torch's powers, Rogue could spend a plot point
to add one of
theirs and give it to Kelsea in this case.
Oh, right. You're talking about the mimic
add
thing.
that die to your pool.
I
think you do have a mimic thing, but I think that's general for anybody. That's like how you help people is by giving them a plot point and they can like jump in and add a die to your roll.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Cool.
You just have to have a plot point to give.
Yeah.
But that would have had been before your roll.
Yeah, so. we're just flying. We're just flying.
Well,
or not at this case.
Yeah, your 10 isn't quite enough to beat my 12. So, that is going to be a complication. I am going to give you, Rogue. And it is going to be called Tied Down, I suppose. I don't have the cool names like you. I was rewatching last week's stream, and the amount of time that I spent trying to come up with a freaking ice pun, it was so stupid. I was like, I can't believe that I tried that long.
Nowhere is Cam Banks gonna come at you if you don't have a pun.
I know. I will though. So this is just gonna be a D6 complication on Rogue, just called Tied Down. As you grab Johnny and try to like fly up, these moloids are already above you, like they weren't just coming on the ground, they were on the walls above you as well, and they leap off the wall and just pounce on you, weigh you down as you kind of just gravity pushes you back down. And
Thanks, I love it.
with that, I will go ahead and add moloids to the board as well. And this is going to be a 3d6 enemy. Actually, can you do a 3d4? I guess you can, right? A 2d6. Let's just say a 2d6. I don't think they should be that
I wouldn't do
difficult.
D4s. D4s are basically bad to add to your rolls.
That's true. Let's do 2d6 enemy, because although there are a lot of them, you're Rogue and Human Torch. You should be able to take on some moloids. Okay. With that in mind, that was Rogue's turn. Rogue, who are you passing it to now? You have the moloids and the mutates and your 3 allies besides Johnny.
I'm gonna hand it to Hulk, since that's the last person she looked at.
So cutting back to the street level, we find Hulk. We find Hulk. Actually, you're up on the rooftop, aren't you?
Yep.
Like Santa Claus.
Up on the house
Click, click, click.
What do you...
So, before I start, Justin, you may notice that there's an extra D8 in the Doom pool. That's because when I added my emotional stress to my roll, I also add that to the Doom pool. Sorry, everyone.
Thank you. Good. I was going a little crazy because I was like, I'm pretty sure I deleted that one back when Kelsea made me. But, okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so for my action, I think I'm doing cleanup. So Hulk is not consciously, of course, but he's just sort of there mopping up, like flying in a rage at anyone he can see.
Yeah.
So you'll see him do the big giant hand slap, and it's all directed at like this last little pocket of the mutates that are left, just trying to bowl them over with
Sick.
concussive force.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm doing 2d8 for my combat. We're on a team. Everyone else is away except for. Is Black Widow up with me?
No, so the two of them are sort
You're
of
on your own, man.
hiding out. So
Oh my
this
god, we
is-
ditched it.
I would consider this solo, actually.
Solo.
I think
I
you
love
can't
to
find
hear
your
it.
team. They are not in your line of sight.
Okay. So I'm rolling a d10 for my affiliation. That's nice. And then my strength. Here we go. Okay, 2 1s. Jeez. And my total is a 13. So that's my slap.
Okay.
D10 effect.
I will pay you 1 plot point to add a D8 here. And you said, what was your total?
13.
Okay, I got a 14.
Woohoo!
So that's a D. Right. Do I want to?
And then I did not add my stress that time.
I am gonna say. Hang on, let me think of something for a second. Okay.
I did add my stress, so another D8 goes to the Doom pool.
Okay. So, I am going to actually immediately spend a D8 from the Doom pool anyway, so I'm not going to add it.
Okay.
Because I'm going to spend one to use my effect die against you here.
Cool.
So, this is going to be a D8 on you. But it's actually going to be a complication. Because as you go to clap, it works on a lot of them, but you see as from one stepping out from one body, it sort of like duplicates, and then another one, almost like like cutting a head of a hydra or something. You can see that multiple man truly is multiplying, and they come around you and begin to sort of, as you try to like start punching them away, basically you find yourself punching into their sort of torsos and getting stuck again. This like sort of tackiness, and they're almost like acting like a bond, holding you down.
Gross.
So this is going to be Sticky Wicket is the name of this complication.
Got it.
And yes, that's a D8.
Well, that's not my favorite.
Guys, we're doing so good.
Who do you want to pass it to?
I'll pass it to... Gosh. I'm torn about passing it to enemies or friends. It's Daredevil or Black Widow, right? I haven't gone.
Correct.
Okay. And Black Widow, you're down on the street level, is that right?
Yes.
Also fighting?
Yes.
And Daredevil's down there
Yes.
kind of like
Daredevil
moving
just
through, trying to get to...
pulled me onto the back of his horse.
Okay. All right, let's go to Daredevil then, since you're riding.
All right, so we're in the underpass, right?
Yeah, and for the record, when I say underpass, well,
Yeah.
it's up to you. It can be the underpass of a bridge, like on the street, or it can be sort of the entryway of a large building. You know how they sort of have those like overhangs? So up to you, really.
Cool. I'm down if it's a little bit more out in the open. That way we still have eyes on the fight. That way we see if like Hulk is in real deep shit.
Sure.
Right? I'm just kind of I hop off the horse and I'm pacing around and I can't even like turn my face to, not that I can like meet her eyes necessarily, but I can't even turn my face to Black Widow and I say, I'm sorry. I just couldn't be there any longer. I don't know what to do. I can't, like, my impulse to fight is gone. I found myself frozen up. I had to get us out of there, and I keep saying, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can do this anymore. I've got to get out of here. It is a true panic attack that is happening in real time.
Mm-hmm. I would Natasha, hands shaking because mentally she's kind of in the same place. Although it's so interesting because Black Widow, I mean, has like the mind of steel. She's been through it, you know what I mean? But it's still affecting her like this. Her hands shaking, puts them on his face so he can feel them. She says, "Thank you." It's not my turn, so I don't know. I'm not. That
kind of stuns me because it's the first time I think I've been thanked for a non-violent act.
Yeah. As you are having this conversation, some of the mutates on the ground level here that you sort of saved Natasha from are sort of running in your direction. And, I mean, you did sort of run away from them and hid for a quick moment, but they have found you and they are coming.
How many?
We'll say 8.
Great. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna meet her hands that are resting on my face. I'm gonna let myself level out. I'm gonna grab them and hold them for a while. And I finally found my focus. I grab my billy club and I want to grapple one of them and pull them to me.
Awesome. Great. Make the roll.
All right, I'm still a little weak mentally, so I'm gonna give myself a D4 Guardian Devil.
Awesome.
Just because it seems like sense.
Oh.
Let it be a bad thing, Justin. Let it be a bad thing.
It is, buddy. It's 3 1s.
Oh.
I'm about to get some new dice out of my bag.
Okay. Let's see. I've got a 14 with the D8 effect.
Okay. So you said a 14?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have matched a 14 with you.
Okay.
But you do beat that because you are the actor. So, congratulations. What effect would you like it to have?
Physical stress.
Physical stress. What was your effect die?
D8.
Oh, baby. Oh, no. But wait. You have to be above... Okay, Graham, correct me if I'm wrong, but in order to knock off the last mutate die, it has to be a minimum of a D10.
Yeah, that's right.
So if he has a D8, can it...
It's basically like physical stress until that die gets knocked down, and then the stress goes away and you go on to the next die.
Okay.
So we can roll a D8 against it for the
Right.
physical stress
Right.
until that die gets knocked down.
Okay, cool.
This is on mutates?
Yeah.
Okay. Physical
So
stress D8?
anytime anybody hits a mutate, which are basically the X-Men ones, not to be confused with moloids, don't forget to add a D8 to your roll, basically.
Got the classic M&Ms.
So, Matt, Daredevil, Hollis, whatever I want to call you, you hook one, and as you kind of bring it in, trip four others, and then kind of stumble over each other.
Yeah.
Bring one in towards you, and what do you do once you get it?
I want to smack him in both ears, right before saying, "I'm back, bitch."
Rolling back.
The
I
roller
love
coaster life of Daredevil is fantastic.
That's why we love him.
So good. Okay, so let's see. We have. It's a good pull. So we have. Where were we? Hollis, I need you to
Pal.
pass it.
Yes, of course. I'm going to pass it right to Black Widow. She's right there. Let's take care of these fucks.
All right.
Great.
As I see him take out his billy club and grapple one of them, I'm just gonna aim my electric blast at one of the other ones that's coming toward us. And then I add a D8 to my roll, right? Because there's D8 stress. Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yes, correct.
Alrighty. Okay. Aha. Okay. Yep. Okay, let's see. I have... You know what? I'm going to spend my second plot point that I have to add one die. So I ended up with a 19 with a D10 effect.
Phenomenal. Hang on.
Can you beat that? Is that when you can beat?
No, even if I add one from the Doom pool, I don't have enough to beat a 19. That's a fantastic roll. So, what do you do? Assuming you're knocking off that last D8 from the mutates.
Yeah, physical stress. Yep.
What do you...
I'm gonna say, Das Vidanya.
Amazing. Okay. So the mutates are off the board now. They are stressed out of the scene. Gambit is down. Although Gambit, I will say, after the punch, nobody else had eyes on him after that. So the multiple men are all sort of knocked out, except for the ones that are up top holding Hulk down, and all the ones on the street level are sort of knocked out, though, as you finish up here. Hang on one second. So we have Elise. Who do you want to pass it to? You have... So the mutates are off the board, so you don't need to worry about passing it to them, which just leaves the moloids, actually, as potential.
Gotta pass it to those sweet, sweet moloids.
Okay, so... Sorry. Okay, the moloids are going to start to nibble on Rogue.
Ew!
But I imagine they don't have
They're
teeth, so they're just like
hungry.
gumming you. Like,
Actually, they
Ew, David!
He had the opportunity to say they bite you, and he chose nibble.
And he
Yeah.
chose nibble.
They nibble.
Engorge, nibble. Like, what is happening tonight?
What? I'm lonely.
I'm lonely.
We have we have the moloids rolling against you here, Rebecca. So go ahead and make a reaction.
Yay.
Okay, I got math, a 12 with a D10 effect.
Sorry, still building. I am, because she is extremely grossed out by these little moloid things that are now nibbling on her. I'm gonna use 2 D4s for a plot point.
Okay. Which one? Which distinction are you doing? Negatively.
Negatively, I think she is kind of panicking because there's small little things on her and in her hair, which I think is a huge thing for her, is things in that curly mane of hers, and so she's just kind of ha, ha, ha! She just does not know how to react to this. Ooh, shoot, I rolled a 1. That is a 13 with a D6. I don't remember what you said.
I got a 12, so that does win.
Oh, okay.
Which means you don't take an effect here. So yeah, these moloids, although their teeth, they do have teeth, and in fact, Johnny, as you watch them sort of attacking and whatnot, you both of you, they are much more vicious than you ever remember them being. They look like they are starved, but also rabid, essentially.
these are way more vicious than I remember them being. They look like they're starved and rabid, if you know what I'm saying.
That's a pro.
So I'm gonna pass it now to Johnny, I think, in response there.
Okay, so since I know that they're grosser than usual, I'm going to, I don't know. So here's my quandary. Actually, here, Rogue, you want to try to fight the statue? Or you want to get out of here?
Honestly, I'd just like to get out of here if I could.
Okay,
Can't
so my
stand little
goal
crawly things.
is to catapult Rogue out ahead of me, and then, like a rocket ship, fly but shoot flame down below me so that they can't really follow and stuff. So that's the goal. That is the thing I'm
That is
attempting to do.
So cool. She will be so impressed if you pull this
Exactly.
off. So don't fuck it up.
Knowing, yeah, exactly. Knowing our boy, it's not going to be easy.
And you
I
don't
am going
have
to add an additional d6 just for all of the people, because now I've learned my lesson. I don't want to add too many. Is there anything else cool up there that we can use? Tied down, complication. That doesn't get does that get taken away from me or something since I'm involving her? Or Rogue's complication?
If you succeed on this, her complication will go away. Because she won't be tied down any longer, yeah.
Okay, and then the falling debris. Can some of it be falling into the hole?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to use that as an additional fuel, so that it's falling and getting on them, and then that dust is going to be additional fuel that I want to be added as well. So
Okay,
that's what I'm
and
working
just
for.
so you know, that would be in place of one of your distinctions you already have. So it's not like
if
an
you were
additional
using,
D8.
if you were using hot-headed hero, it would go instead of that.
Got it. Okay.
But I
cool.
do love the flavor there.
Trying, yeah. All right, so I'm going to give that's a 17.
Yeah, 17 blows me out of the water here.
Ha
Awesome. So,
I mean, I'm sorry.
it is also a heroic success here. So,
Yeah.
My hero.
now,
I can be your hero, baby.
do we?
Yeah. Can we have a musical number real quick?
I guess the question is, is your effect trying to free Rogue, or is it trying to destroy or attack the Moloids?
It's
Or
trying
can-
to. It's
you
trying
can
to.
do
Oh.
Both. You can do both because you did multi-attack, so you can keep multiple effect dice.
yeah.
Oh, perfect.
That's
Okay.
right.
Thank you, Graham.
So yeah, I want to free us, and then I also want to attack them
Great.
because I use multi-attack.
So what are your
Thank
two? What are your two effect dice that you're using here?
It's gonna be a D10 and a D6.
Great. Now, Graham, question for you: do both of those go up with the heroic success?
That is a good question.
I
I would
think they do.
I think they do.
for now.
I'll
why not?
second that.
Why not? Great. So, great. So
the
you...
heroic part of getting out, I want to say just narratively, is first of all, it looks badass as hell.
Mhm.
And Rogue, the booty's popping. She's got her back arched and is like doing like the classic, like the whole uniform is doing it.
Mhm.
And so like catapult her out, and then I just say to the Moloids, hasta la vista, bitches, and then out, because it needs to be cooler with that heroic success.
Of course. Fantastic. So yeah, the entire ravine just erupts in flame as it looks like that scene from Armageddon? No. Yeah, we'll just say Armageddon, sure. As you blast away and it just flames behind you. I guess any action movie from the 90s, I guess you could say. As you fly upward, just burning, you see Moloids sort of falling in. And
I have Ray-Bans on and like a toothpick. I look like Dark Biden. That's what is happening.
Awesome. So we can get rid of Rogue's tied down complication. And the last thing here, let's see. I can't keep track of who's already gone. I'm not sure if that's accurate.
I think it's accurate.
it
Oh,
is.
Daredevil went, so
Yeah.
it's just the Moloids.
So I think the
Oh.
Moloids
No,
went
didn't they?
too. So the Moloids went.
okay.
I think we
We're at the beginning.
restarted.
They weren't nibbling.
Johnny.
Yeah, we restarted with Johnny.
But
Okay.
since all the immediate danger is technically out of the way, I am going to sort of skip to a specific moment here, where Hulk, you are at the top of the question, Kelsey.
Yeah, when we fly out, can I try to have eyes on Remy? Or is he lost?
Yeah, you blast out, and you get back into the sky here, into the open air. You look around. Remy, no eyes on Remy. You don't see him. You're not
Okay.
sure if he's kind of caught up in the mob that was destroyed on the ground or whatnot. But there is still this sort of scene up here with Hulk on the rooftop. So Hulk, you are sort of being held down by this sticky substance. This mob of multiple men are just keep multiplying and adding almost like glue to you as they just kind of step in and kind of shift into this substance. And your body from just your bust down is covered in this. You're covered.
Mhm.
You, Hulk, I'm just gonna do this real quick. So Hulk, give me a roll to see if you can sort of break free of this before I move forward here.
Okay. Obviously using godlike strength. I'm still solo.
Yes, you are.
Okay, double combat. All right, here we go. Ah, I rolled 2 1s.
Oof.
My friends.
Oof.
Okay, but I do have a 16.
Ah, okay. So, let's see. Okay, I will pay you 1 plot point for those
Okay.
2. To add another D8 here. I know the Doom Pool's looking big, don't worry.
Yeah.
I mean, you can worry. That's fine.
That's the idea.
So Hulk, you start to break free, cracking through this like hardened substance. But as you do, you feel I don't know if Hulk would even feel this, but you sort of sense that something, it's almost like a leech or something is sort of like pulling, like sucking somewhere in your abdomen. It just sort of feels bizarre. And as you break free, you see that a good section of this glue type substance morphs back into a humanoid figure, who starts to run and sort of replicate the Doom Pool growing here, leaps off the building, and just vanishes. Not sure if Hulk would even care about that happening, but it seems like they got away with something there.
Okay.
But you are free, and there are no more
Did that
enemies around you.
reaction include my emotional stress?
It did, yeah.
So my emotional stress is now a D12.
Okay.
It steps up when you use it.
Yeah.
I think, just as a reminder, you all have a Hulkbuster button. I think he's like well past being a useful member of the team, and he's just like madly thrashing. He's a nuclear reactor that currently is like pointed at the enemy, but it like could go anyway at this point.
So
And
I
he's
think
just
I'll push that button.
as Hulk, oh, okay, yeah, you want to
Yeah.
So make a roll. Let's see.
I thought Natasha was the one that had the button.
So we decided that it's
It's
part
on
of
me.
your comms.
Everybody's comms. Is it a roll thing, or is it just work because I created the asset?
I know you created the asset. I thought we decided that it would be a roll against the Doom Pool with a D12 added to the roll to see if it succeeds, basically, because it's not just like a
Sweet.
given. It's
Mhm.
like you have the opportunity to try and calm him down now.
Woohoo! All right.
I would
The
like to
Doom
be
Pool
very
is
clear
pretty
that
big.
I'm gonna.
it is big. I'm using the D12, so that's in there. I'm also using Shameless Flirt because I'm being really like strokey about it. So just wanted to be clear that
Strokey.
that's the option.
Can I give a plot point?
Hmm?
Oh no, sorry. It has to be the other way around. Just wanted to lend help.
Yeah, if Kelsea, do you have extra plot points?
Yeah.
Because you could give them to other people to sort of, gain their assistance in your role. They give you dice, basically. If you think you'd include anybody else in this,
What I was thinking is if you gave a plot point, I could give you maybe my D12 durability, like or even I could give you maybe, I don't know if this works, my emotional stress, that like I'm basically like so far gone that it's easier to turn me down, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
I was thinking
up to
that,
you.
yeah, if you, because I don't really know mechanically how that works, but I was going to ask for help from Daredevil and be like, gotta calm this guy down, man. Be a bro. And
Be a bro.
yeah, and just asking for your assistance in whatever way, whether that be holding him down or something like that. And I'll leave it to you, Hollis, on how that looks for you. But what does that mean? I get something.
So do you go ahead and spend, use a plot point, give it to Hollis. So Hollis, you gain a plot point, and Hollis, you choose one of your dice to sort of gift to Kelsea to assist her in this role. Now, let me just paint the picture for us here too. Okay. Torch, you sort of land on the rooftop. Hulk is like going on the brink of going berserk here, just smashing, just angry. You see his abdomen looks a little wounded, right on his like midsection. Rogue, I think maybe just for the sake of things, you on either arm fly up with Daredevil and Black Widow on either arm, and land on the rooftop, just so you're all sort of, the four of you sort of like surrounding Hulk here, trying this move.
Yeah. And I'm trying to pet him slightly. That's the flirt part.
Okay, Hollis, what's your addition?
I'm gonna add my D10 psych die, if that's cool. Just because I think it's going to be a good way to like level with him and be like, hey buddy.
Cool, I love it.
Come on down.
So add that to your roll, Kelsea, and then let's see what you get.
18.
18, fantastic. Yes, you will succeed.
Hell yeah.
The Doom Pool got a 14. So you succeed on this, which means, of course, the effect you want is to revert Hulk back to Banner here. So yeah, tell me, kind of maybe describe for us real quick, Kelsea, how you do this.
Yeah, so we're all approaching him carefully, and I'm just like, oh, dude, and like stroking his head, rubbing his back, and then just like is sort of the goal. I do fly in so I can like pop away as necessary. I also have excellent knowledge of tech, so I know exactly the place to just barely tap it as necessary. And yeah, using my well-known and adored touch of a man and tech knowledge, I calmed our friend the Hulk down.
Fantastic. Hulk starts, minimizing down into Bruce on this rooftop. The five of you are together, and before we go any further, we're gonna take a quick break here to use the West Womb and get some water. So we'll be right back, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes here, folks. Be right back.
Yay!
Welcome back, everyone. We are back here with the second half of our episode. Is everybody else there? Did you guys get back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Hello.
It was that moment
Oh,
again
no.
where I was like, everybody's so quiet. Did I put you on the wrong channel? Okay. Cool. So, as we come back here, we find you all on a rooftop where you have just arguably rescued Hulk from himself and defeated a bunch of mutated X-Men, I guess is one way you could say that.
Previous men,
We
Putting a hat on a hat there.
like no longer men.
Yeah.
Wait, was that actually them?
I don't know.
What's all this?
Uh-oh, Graham, you're frozen. Oh, no, you're back.
Oh no, he's frozen.
Oh, no, you're frozen.
lying there.
If Graham goes away...
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
What?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear
Halt
you.
the stream. Stop everything for my throwaway comment. Bruce is lying there and he's like, "Oh, what's all this stuff on me?"
Yeah, you're covered in... Yeah.
Welcome to Vegas, sugar.
True. So, as we see you here, I think it's maybe... No, you're all just sort of there, and you hear a voice from not too far away, on the same rooftop as you, say... How the hell did you turn a Hulk back into a person? And as you all whip around, you all see a woman. She is strikingly beautiful. Blonde hair. Red, like gem-like skin. Gem-like, G-E-M, gem-like. Her eyes are black, impossibly black, and she wears gear similar to that of your Resistance friends from Fisk Lake City. Although she is she's got a large cloak, like a dark sort of Stephen King's The Stand type cloak on her, and she just kind of stares there at you with her arms crossed, or folded, or crossed, I don't know what you call that, and she looks at you as she asks that.
I sidle over wearing just my shorts and say, you know, couldn't have done it alone, but I got a little bit of a knack for things like that. Johnny.
She looks at you, this is where I would normally have you roll an insight check, you know? But
Right.
this is, you get a couple different senses from her. First of all, it's like, the fuck? And then it's like, I mean, okay. And then it's, and then she sort of reaches out her hand. She says, Ruby. Now, just to remind you all as players, you were told that Fisk Lake City Resistance...
Ruby Summers.
Ruby Summers is out here, so... and just to remind the audience as well, I guess.
Oh, okay.
She says, so, Johnny, who are you all?
You know what? We come from a different universe. Yep. So we're trying to help out. That's what we're doing here.
Good enough for me.
Yeah.
She
we actually
walks...
we knew Danny and I've named off the people. I can't remember.
Lunella, Kurt.
Yeah. We found out about this area from them, and we're actually hoping to meet you here. So awesome. I mean, this is great. This is all working out well.
It's great. You found me. Congratulations.
Yeah. What can we do to help you?
Well played.
She kind of looks at the rest of you like, is there someone here? Like, she literally just turns to the rest
Is
of you
there
and
an
says,
adult?
is there, yeah, that's great. Is there an adult in the room? She looks to you, Matt.
And I don't see her looking at me at all.
Why do you hate
But I get
this?
the, but I do get the sense.
Jar.
I do get a sense that it's time for me to talk.
Yeah, that's gonna be
No.
assumed from now on.
Dude, no, I'm so sorry. I'm just playing. I'm so
No,
sorry.
I love that you play. It's great. I don't. I'm waiting for someone to get actually upset with me for this.
Oh no, not at all. It's my fault for putting these glasses on. I'm actually blind. The adamantium is here, right? Is that correct?
So yeah, so what you were told was that there was a rumor that Mr. Sinister had Logan captured here, and Logan has adamantium essentially.
Yeah.
All over the place. Yeah.
So I think kind of in the rush, like post-violence rush, I catch my breath, I let myself get centered for a second, realize that I do have to be the adult in this moment. And I say, we can't give you all the details of why we're here or what we're looking for. But do you know where Mr. Sinister is?
Wow. Really just laying it all out there, huh?
She walks over to y'all. She's tall. She is an imposing figure for sure. She's a little taller than you, Daredevil, and Johnny. I don't know who's taller, probably of the two of you. Maybe Johnny's
like
taller.
5'9".
Oh, is he? Okay, so she's much taller than you then. So yeah,
he's blonde Johnny Storm, so he's not very tall.
She might be the tallest among all of you in that case.
Yeah. As I sense how tall she is, I say, I'm sorry, maybe I should have worded that differently.
She looks to you, looks back to Banner, and says, I'm still waiting on an answer here about how you turned a Hulk into a man.
Yeah, so he's not a Hulk. I know you guys have like a commune of them. This is the Hulk.
As Johnny says that, Banner's like brushing his ass off. he picks up like 2 parts of a shirt and he's like, I'm really gonna have to start conserving these better.
She just sort of says, all right, fine. Don't want to answer.
Listen,
you don't have to.
Listen, Sugar.
She walks over. Oh, go ahead, Rogue. Yeah.
Listen, Sugar. The truth is, it's a whole bunch of sciencey stuff. As he said, that is Bruce Banner, the Hulk. We are hopelessly lost from a whole nother dimension or time frame. I don't know.
I've done nothing but tell the truth.
All we know is that we were sent here by your friends because they said you might be able to help us in locating some adamantium.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No.
It's science. That's what it is. It's just
great.
science.
No, I don't really care. I just didn't know if you, if that was something that we could replicate. We could do again. We could go down to the Hulk lands and fuck some shit up. But
I mean, it's possible if that's what you're asking. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, we can talk about that later. She walks over to the edge of the roof, sort of puts a foot up on the ledge, and points out. She says, "So, I've been here in Sin City for a couple of weeks. There's no one here. If you couldn't have guessed, completely deserted. I actually saw evidence that those creatures from down there came up, ate pretty much everyone in sight, took them back. That was a long time ago, so it hasn't been recent. I think if you stay out of the gaps in the ground, you'll probably be okay. But outside of that...
Yeah, we went down into one of those gaps. It was, let's just say people are here, but not the ones you'd want.
Okay. Good to know that you went down there and came back. Was there anything else down there I should know about?
Yeah, a bunch of mole people.
Okay, yeah. That's the ones I was talking about. Cool.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we're on the same page.
Cool.
Nice shorts. So we
Thanks.
have not a lot of movement in the city. However, Sinister, I've been tracking the movements of his mutates, and they all seem to be going back to there. She points to the horizon, or not horizon, but the sort of the skyline is what I meant to say, of the like Las Vegas Strip. And you see she's pointing to a building that is called the Stratosphere. It is a large, you guys can probably Google it, in fact, but it's called the Stratosphere. She kind of points up at it, and it's just for those at home who maybe don't want to Google. It's a large tower. It is at the top sort of a circular disc-like shape, like a UFO looking thing, and it's got like glass panels along the side and that kind of thing. There was like a ride at the top. I say was because this is 30 years in the future. Anyway, she points there. You see that there's sort of the entire city has this sort of reddish, glow to it, sort of haze. But that building, along with a few of the other, larger buildings, have this sort of red light cast from them, which is creating that haze, essentially, across the city. She says, so if I had to guess, that's where I guess he would be. I haven't had a need to go in there, especially not alone. But if you're here, I guess we could take advantage of that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So, Ruby Summers, is it?
Yeah.
We were told about you. We thought we might come across you here. It's good to meet you in person. Can you tell me a little bit about what resources you have? What do you do? Do you have? Are you forgive me? Are you the child of Scott and Jean?
No, I'm not. Yeah, did you want to take this one, Rebecca?
No, I think she's just like, I think that might have, Jean is kind of out of the running for Mama in this situation. She's been gone for a while now.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. My personal history data files are not.
It's fine. Really... I mean, to be honest with you, they're dead, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. But yeah, my mom was Emma.
Wow.
I guess she was.
But it's just kind of.
She was kind of
for a moment.
Real bitch, I guess. So a lot of people didn't like her.
She was flawless.
My dad was. I don't know. People describe him as having a big stick up his ass. So.
Well,
I guess I got the best.
He definitely had a
big
stick. Yeah.
He had his moments, but Scott was a good leader, and he thought with his head in his heart.
Sure. Cool. Okay, so do we want to get this show on the road?
So
tell me a little bit about you. I mean, just so you know, my skill set, I can do pretty much anything. I mean, not physically, I just mean like, mentally, willpower, hoorah, let's go.
You put that on your resume? Can do anything?
I put this on my resume. She turns, and you see her eyes, the blackness starts to like glow, and then just optic blast, similar to her father, but it's black in color, shoots out across and just smashes into the building next door, just kind of forcing it in. She turns back around to you. You notice that unlike her father, she does not need to like wear a thing. It's just she has it under control.
Daddy's power is Mama's attitude. Got it.
I'm gonna turn to Johnny and say, "That sounded neat. Was it neat?"
It was neat, man.
Okay, wonderful.
It was like
out of here.
It was like Spaceship but black, and like she has better control over it. And she looks like she's made of fucking ruby, dead ass. And she yeah, that's about it.
Can I just say I'm so glad you're here. 'Cause
Yeah, that is a really impressive power. It would have been useful earlier. I kind of can't help but ask the question because I've already seen a few familiar faces. How do we know you're not one of those gooey people?
She kind of walks over to you and looks down at you, and she says, she looks around the rooftop, and she says, well, seeing as how you have already encountered them, they are made of goo, and I am... She just shows you her hard,
Not.
freaking huge arms. Like, she... Real, what's her name from, Terminator?
Oh, Sarah Connor?
Yeah, yeah.
Linda Hamilton, yeah.
Yeah, Linda Hamilton. Very Linda Hamilton, like, arms. But she says, you're welcome to punch me if you want to check to make sure. Please, go ahead.
That's
No,
a wild
I'm
thing to say. To
genuinely,
someone, and I love
genuinely.
it. I am
I
so
Yeah,
here
that's
with it.
so wild. No, I think Rogue
Please, punch me. Come on, just do it.
All right.
She kind of leans into you, Rogue, and a little seductively in your ear says, I like to show off.
Not complaining. All right. I'm gonna punch her.
As you're
Right.
winding up, Bruce is like in the goo, and he's like, because he didn't know that they were people. Oh,
People. What is on me?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to like wipe this off, and I go,
So, you punch her, Rogue, and it's like your fist hits, it's like punching the Hulk. I mean, it's similar to, it's just like this impenetrable, and you don't see a crack, you don't see anything. It's like her skin looks like glass, but, is much more, powerful than that.
Sturdy girl.
Yeah. You say that. She just winks at you and then looks over to you, Bruce. And she immediately walks over and she's sort of like, are you wearing a shirt at the moment? Or
no, not
Okay.
anymore.
Yeah.
She walks over to you and she just immediately, like, without your permission, puts her hands on your torso and just, like, leans down and inspects
Like a horse.
a spot on your, yeah, a spot on your torso. You can tell she has not been around people for a while. And with her doing it, you actually notice for the first time too, Bruce. There is sort of like a bruise, just like a bruise with a small little puncture, in the center of it on your lower left abdomen. Hollis, that's too good. You got to share with everybody, please.
I'm sorry, real quick. Bruise banner, anyone?
Bruce Banner.
I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Try the
Thank
veal.
you.
And that's the show. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Roll credits.
Mwah.
So, she leans down though. She looks at it and she says, "Well, shit." She looks to
What
you,
is
Bruce. She says, "Okay, so you are a Hulk, correct?
Yeah, I'm the Hulk.
You're the
Well,
Hulk, sure.
Yeah, I'm Bruce Banner.
It looks like." So one thing that I've noticed since I've been here, whenever things do come into the town, whenever things do sort of pass by, and I say things because I mean animals, people, whatever, usually
no.
they don't make it far, and they... Oh, your horses? She looks to you, Johnny. Your horses? Don't worry. Yeah, they're downstairs. They're fine.
I was just so worried about Bruce.
What?
The real Bruce.
Okay. She says, it seems like Sinister collects DNA, genes. I mean,
that sounds up his alley.
I don't know,
Slippery
but
little side marker.
I know one thing, and that's that he has been wanting to get Hulk's DNA. So, yeah, this could be bad.
So we gotta go stop him.
Probably want to get there
Yeah.
sooner than later, but Okay, anyway, I showed you what I could do.
Man.
You're a Hulk, except you sometimes turn into a man, I guess. Cool. What about the rest of you? She looks to you, Natasha. She says, what about you? What's your thing?
So much shade.
I've been over here stressing out because I've got a lot of mental stress. Trying to kind of quell the anxiety, the panic, the flashbacks that this has been causing me. So Black Ops, betrayal, acrobatics.
Okay.
That's all she's got.
Cool. Great. Love it. What about you, DD? She just looks at your chest.
DD.
I think immediately I'm looking over at Bruce and like finding the friend and his probably I don't know, I would guess a troubled expression, Graham. I don't know. I don't want to paint that over your face, but I feel like Bruce is probably concerned.
I've got a D12 emotional stress, so yeah.
Cool. I think out loud I just say, I'm not sure if we can do this with the Hulk.
Sure. Yeah. That's probably smart.
I mean, the question really is, can you do it without me?
Let's be honest, like, he's already got the DNA, like, it looks like the DNA was already pulled from him, you know, and by now it's probably already on its way to him. So we honestly should probably stop sitting around John and go after this, you know.
I mean, it's a legitimate question, though. I'm used to being kept in reserve. If maybe that's the approach to take here, that could be wise.
Well, I have a feeling that when we get there, there's gonna be a Hulk waiting for us if what she's talking about, you know, applies in this situation.
Could be. Depends on how quickly we get there, I suppose. But, great. So, Mr. Red, can you fly? Do you have any sort of, I saw you flying. She looks at you. I saw you, underpants. Johnny, you can fly and also turn into flames. That's cool.
Flame on. And I do it, like, real cool.
Whoa, okay. I like it.
That's me, right? That's my thing that I do.
Yeah. That's, hot. Rogue.
Jesus.
Don't encourage.
I don't know your name. Did you introduce me? Did you tell her your name? I forgot.
No, she didn't.
Okay, she doesn't say Rogue then. She says, and how about you?
Rogue. I'm an X-Men. I don't know if your parents ever talked about me or not, but
Oh, you.
strength, fly.
So you knew my
Stuff
parents,
powers?
like.
Oh yes, I knew them well.
Cool. Okay. There's a
Yeah.
bit of a
Kissed your
change
daddy once.
in emotion there.
Anyway.
Wait, what did you
It's
say?
a happy one.
Probably more than once at this point. And I can absorb powers.
What?
I can absorb powers with my touch, but it's a little messy, and it's not for the faint of heart, and sometimes really sucks.
Wait, I'm sorry. Cut really quick. You haven't heard of us, like, in the past?
Oh, no, no, I don't really. The superhero thing was not really.
Oh, wow.
Never really interested in that, and
Oh, it's like an act of defiance against your parents. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
there was other things going on, Johnny, in the world, like, you know, real issues. So it wasn't really so much that I gave a shit about my dead parents at the age of 6, but more about trying to survive the camps that they put us in.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
Oh my god.
She walks over to you and she grabs you by the face and she looks real close, like face to face, and she says, "Are you gonna be a fucking problem for me?"
Probably.
She puts you down, and then she walks to the edge of the roof again, and she says, "All right, well, before we go anywhere, I just need to grab a couple things from my little camp. So, I guess follow me. We can leave the horses there.
Sounds good. Right behind you.
She just takes a step and steps off the building and just lands on the ground down below. And we will cut ahead here. Yes, Elise.
I have a question. Was that a transition scene by chance?
Yeah, that and this next part is all just sort of one big transition scene. So yes,
Perfect. So
go
I can
ahead.
step back my stress.
Yes, please do.
Okay, got it.
All of you
All
can
right.
now step back your stress by 1.
Nice, thank you.
And if there's anything anybody wants to do in this transition scene while you go back to like her camp, basically, whether it's a scene with each other, with her, or it's just wanting to maybe roll to recover some more stress in whatever way that means to you, you are more than welcome to do any of those things.
I think just while they're sneaking to her hiding spot, Rogue's just gonna like walk next to Johnny for a hot second, and she's gonna say, by the way, thank you for getting us out of that mess down there with those little mole men. I was this close to giving you a goodbye kiss.
Oh shit, yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad that didn't happen, but no problem.
That's all I just wanted to say. But I think at this point, though, I mean, after that encounter with Ruby and everything, it's a little tarnished, but I think in her eyes, like, Johnny's a little more capable, maybe a little cooler. Like, she's like,
Okay.
that was pretty hot. That was pretty cool. He got me out of a tough situation. Impressed.
Wait, let me renege a little bit. Honestly, I feel sort of honored to get to work with you on this. So thanks for everything.
Well, sure.
And then I just keep walking.
So,
And scene.
Elise, I think.
Yes.
Did you have something you wanted to do?
Oh yeah, I wanted to. I want Natasha to approach Daredevil
Great.
and say, you know, when I said thank you back there, I meant it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I'm sorry you had to see that side of me. It's not something I typically share.
That was nothing. Don't worry about it.
Are you all right? You looked a little mixed up back there.
Yeah, I'll be okay.
What's going on?
Don't worry about it. I said thanks, and then she keeps walking.
Good talk.
Graham, was there anything you wanted, or anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, Bruce he has no banter partner. He's just
Well,
he's lingering back from the group. Like, you'll notice he's getting like 10, 20, 30 feet behind everybody else as he's sort of like struggling along. We're moving on rooftops or down into the building.
I think you're down on the ground level now, sort of
Okay.
going, through the wreckage and whatnot, to her camp.
Yeah. So as we get to work, you know, it's just that thing of like the person on the hike who's like clearly struggling, and I think it's manifesting like exhaustion. If you were to like watch him or sense how he's feeling, but probably better than anybody can sense, he is like racked with emotional turmoil over. He's looking around at the damage that he caused. He's thinking about having toppled a building on his friends last fight. It's all starting to like accumulate, and like it's been a while since I've been the Hulk this much.
Yeah.
And so he's just starting to look burdened by it. And then once we get to the camp, I'll take a minute and try to like look over everybody who has physical stress and see if I can do anything.
Cool. So yeah, at the camp, you know, you it's just like a little apartment on the like second floor of a high rise. So just off the ground, but not enough to where it's like a chore to get to every time. And she's out. There's sort of like a big balcony. It's a really nice. It was once upon a time a very nice apartment, like penthouse, not penthouse, but you know, loft kind of big stylish. You can tell by the furniture that is now sort of old and dusty and partially like rotted away. It was once a really nice place, but yeah, you go ahead and make any recovery rolls here. Graham, are you trying to... Let me ask this. Does anybody want Hulk to try and heal them physically?
I think really Daredevil's the only candidate.
I think you're right.
And you're down to a D4, so it should, in theory, be pretty easy.
This is against the Doom Pool.
Absolutely. Okay. You want me to do a recovery roll then?
Oh, I'm doing it, I think.
Yeah,
Hulk
does
it. Pardon.
Because of my medical expertise, specialty. Doom Pool's big, though, so this might be a little hard. I've got some plot points, though. So what I'm going to do is... I'm going to use medical, but then I'm also going to add my other specialty. What's that care? I'll just call it, this is kind of weird, but like covert, like a field dressing, using limited supplies and whatever to try and make sure everything is as clean as possible. You've got your wound that's sort of healing up from where you were stabbed, right? So, okay, so I'm gonna add 2 specialties. Then I've got my team die, or can this be buddy? Since we're buddies,
yeah, this can be buddy.
And you'll notice, like, again, I really think that Matt is sensing better than anybody that there's like a problem with Bruce, and my hands are shaking while I'm working, and you can feel me sort of like trying to clear my head constantly as we're going. Okay, is that everything? And then I'm using my what distinction should I use? How about don't make me angry? Like I'm just trying to keep a hold of the anger.
Keep a hold.
Okay, I've rolled 2 1s. This is the 3rd time I've rolled 2 1s out of like 5 rolls. And it's I'm gonna use a plot point to add 5, so it'll be 18.
Oh, buddy. And 18 is exactly what you needed to beat my roll.
Nice.
Perfect usage.
You have no physical stress anymore.
Right on. And if it's okay, I'm just gonna lay my hand on your wrist that is shaking even as you help me, and just like kind of squeeze you just for a moment, like not being weird. I'm not trying to come on to you. I'm just wanting to let you know that I am here and I know exactly what you're going through this squeeze.
Yeah, I'll like recoil basically right away, but then sort of like you hear my breath, and I'm like approaching myself a little bit, and then I just say, "Thanks for having our backs out there. You've been doing a lot."
Oh, buddy, it's nothing. Thank you.
How are you after all what went down in Fisk Lake City?
I understand the irony of this, but I'm just trying to see straight.
Of course.
Everything seems a little jumbled. And, I mean, you know how it goes when you let yourself get out of control. There's nobody that can stop you.
Yeah.
But we just brought you back. Somebody's got to be able to bring me back.
Well, it can't be me if I'm that thing, but if I'm
hey, man.
if I'm here, then I got your back.
One more squeeze. I nod. We're not this close yet. I walk away.
Oh gosh, yeah. Bruce just like puts his head in his hand for a second. I just want to go home.
Oh, Bruce.
Buddy.
Oh.
He just like has a moment, and then he like wipes his tears behind his glasses and takes a breath and comes back to the group.
Wait, I take it back. I take it back.
Amazing. So, as I think the last thing I want to do personally here is Ruby finds maybe Johnny out on like a sort of like a balcony kind of overlooking the street and whatnot. She comes up to you, Johnny, and she says, so you came from FLC, is everyone okay there? I mean, Kurt, Billy, is everyone cool?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, cool, thanks. Do you, where you're from?
Yeah.
Do you, have someone?
No.
Yeah. I mean, neither do I.
Sorry,
so...
do you don't? Oh, you don't either. Yeah. I mean, life's too short for someone, but it sounds like the way things are here, you sort of deserve anything that could make you feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you seem like somebody that I'll just say that I'm willing to be that for you. And not only willing, but would enjoy it immensely if I could have the pleasure of your company, madam. And I bow genteelly.
She's like, yeah, you're cute. Look, we're on a bit of a time crunch, of course, but once we get through this and you feel like you need a place to crash, I'm just saying, there's a lot of rooms in this building, so...
Sweet! Awesome! Yeah, no,
Right.
I appreciate the, yeah, cool, sounds good. I'm honestly though, like, are you okay? You've been through a lot.
Yeah. I'm good. Compared to what I've been through, this is, honestly not bad. I mean, being lonely sucks, but, at least there's not much around here to kind of get in my face, I guess, so. I don't know, it's fine. I'm ready to go back, though. I'd love to, take the fight to the Kingpin, you know?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So that actually has been handled. So you can just move on to whatever the next thing on the list is if you want.
No shit.
No shit.
I do like a silent salute from afar.
So one thing that I wanted to tell you about, and I'm being honest with you here, sort of like open, like where I come from, the good guys won, and it's awesome. Like it's so good, but there isn't anything for me to do. And getting to be here where we can help and fix it and be the good guys again, I don't know, I think this is where I belong.
Well, that's cool, I guess. I mean, look, I wouldn't say no. We could use you for sure.
Yeah. You know what you guys need is more firepower.
That's pretty good. Look,
Thanks.
Don't tell anybody else, but I have a pun book.
Stop.
I'm not joking. I found it. It's a good way to pass the time. So, just saying, if you wanted to look at that later, we could.
Oh my god, your mind is gonna blow up from how funny I can be in comparison to this book. Just so you know, I know I've got things in here that can't be taught in books. Is all I'm gonna say. This is gonna be great.
Can't wait.
Mhm.
Can't wait. Awesome. So, as we wrap up the transition scene, Elise,
Yes, I just was wondering if I could possibly roll to de-stress myself.
Absolutely.
Mentally, I would like to go somewhere in an abandoned room and like do the red room choreography to kind of focus and shake myself out of the flashbacks that I'm having.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm solo in doing this. That's okay, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
This was for your mental stress?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Alrighty. Ooh, I got a 17 with a D10 effect.
Oh, baby. 17 is gonna do it.
Awesome.
15. So, yeah, you can go ahead and step that down one and just briefly take me through what exactly Natasha's doing here to...
Yes. So she's going through just kind of the very familiar, I keep doing this, that's not correct, but you know what I mean? Like all of like what would you call it? Martial arts that she's been trained to do. Just, it's almost like if you've done yoga a million bajillion times and you need to calm yourself down and you have to do the breathing and you have to do all of the postures and you have to center yourself. That's what she's
like a
doing.
kata?
Yes.
Sure.
She's repeating it, trying to bring herself back into her body instead of in her mind.
I love that. And I love that moment here as we shift from Ruby and Johnny talking, you know, maybe we just kind of pan up a floor to you centering yourself and getting back into that, you know, that core mentality that you know, there's so much out of your control here in this world, so much you don't understand, and that is your kryptonite. That is the thing that you can't have. You are best when you have the upper hand, you know your enemy, you know what's going on, you know, and that's like sort of the opposite here. So like kind of taking back control a little bit. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's nothing else, we will cut from Black Widow's focus moment to you all leave the horses there. We cut ahead to you all are on a building, or rather maybe on the street, outside, like nearby, but like sort of not just like standing there in plain sight. I should mention you arrived in the city. It was nighttime. It was like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock or so. It's now about like 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. or so. So it's only been a couple hours. Not that matters. I just want to set the scene for you as far as how long it's been, and also it's very dark here. You look up at this stratosphere, this tower-like building, and you know that this is sort of your target. How do you all want to go about this? Are you storming the building? Are you sneaking in? Are you splitting up? What's your plan here?
I don't know. Sneaking didn't go so well for us last time, did it, Hollis?
It sure did not.
That's a no. That's a no for me.
Let's see. I don't know.
So,
in my opinion.
Really quick though, what I want to say, just a moment, is we're all standing out here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us plus Ruby, so 6, and I think we're all standing in like an arc, and I'm in the middle of it. And hold on, and I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do? And then I want to look over like a few people over and look at Daredevil and grab his arm and switch places with him and say, what you got, boss? And defer leadership to Daredevil.
Ah.
Right the hell on. It's got to be worth some XP, right?
Yeah, bitch.
That was awesome.
Cool. I love it.
All right. In that case, sorry, I'm looking at pictures of the stratosphere right now.
I'm just looking
sure,
at pictures
yeah.
of Ruby.
Yeah.
Me too.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I did
The stream entirely derailed
Yeah.
for me.
So, for the record, for anybody listening, Ruby is a real character from the comics. She's from an alternate world. Not this version. Again, it's sort of an amalgamation of a lot of different ideas
There's a world
and
that's all
storylines
about
and whatnot.
Scott Spawn.
So,
Yeah, literally, like in the X-Men, it's
All
all
of
about Scott Spawn. It's really
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's great.
Anytime Sinister's around, for sure.
I know. I'm so worried for Ruby, y'all. Like,
So, Matt, Hollis, were you talking? Do you want to say something?
I wasn't yet. Yes, I would love to say something because I'm just completely terrified. I think as I am like literally thrust in the position of being a leader after having like completely lost my moral center, I'm starting to shake a little bit, not unlike Bruce was earlier. Right? I'm going to turn to Ruby. I'll say, so they're at the top?
She
Sinister and Logan, they're at the top?
Best guess, yeah. I would at least think that's probably where Sinister is. You can keep an eye on the city from up there. I don't know, to be honest with you, but
well,
probably a good place to start if you can.
All right, then I'm going to need a volunteer because I'm not doing this alone. I want to grab someone that can't fly. I'm going to take them with me with my grapple to the top.
All right, now I just want to say, the Stratosphere. Those of you who did
Yep.
look up pictures, it's
Looking
a
at it.
building that starts out wide as a base, gets skinny in the middle, and then widens at the top. Right?
Uh-huh.
Not to say you can't climb this by any means. It is 1,200 feet tall. So it would take you some time. That's all I'm saying. You are more than welcome to do it.
Wait a minute. I know someone who can fly though,
yeah.
and that's Rogue.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I'm gonna turn to everyone else. I'm gonna turn to everyone else, and I'm like, you take him out at the bottom. We've got him at the top. I'm gonna grab on her arm and let's get the hell up there. If that is okay with you, my
Let me
dear.
know if you need help or whatever.
Well, sure thing. But before we start treating me like a pack mule, who all am I taking with me?
Oh, listen.
I-
I know we haven't talked a lot, but I think you've got a bad read on me.
No, it's fine. It's fine. She's not miffed or nothing. She's
I
just-
think we discussed this. You don't want the Hulk getting involved.
Well, yeah, we might want to keep you away from Sinister, but I think Hollis, Daredevil. But I think Daredevil's right. With Mr. Sinister, he probably already knows we're here. So the best thing we could do is just, boom, hit him head on.
Yeah.
so-
On that note, though, I'm just gonna lay it out. I think if I let that guy out again, I'm not coming back. So I need to sit this one out, or at least be, support.
All right. I mean-
Ruby steps up and says, "I'll hang out with the little guy. I got enough muscle for the two of us. We can go in from the bottom and meet you all at the top."
Great. So, Daredevil and Black Widow, that's who I'm taking with me? All right. And she just hang on. And she just grabs them both and just takes off.
And as we're like blasting to the top, I just yell nice and loud, "Again, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to assume."
That Catholic guilt is so good.
Johnny.
It's so, I love
he's
it.
he's riddled with it.
I love
So,
it.
and as you fly off, Ruby says, "Oh wait, this was really important. I was."
What?
And then you just stop, and she's like, "I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
Go ahead."
Child!
Ooh.
She looks to you, Johnny. She says, "You going up top?"
I don't know. What do you think? I just nominated someone to be leader and willingly followed them, and then they didn't give me an instruction. So
Look,
whatever.
I gotta be honest with you. I saw that happen, and I kind of laughed a little bit in my head.
Fuck it, I guess. I'll go my own way. Why don't I just
Found that
let
Daredevil.
keep a loud ear, and I'll help you out down here and make sure that Bruce is cool.
It's a good idea. Yeah. You stay as backup and rush in whenever somebody. I don't know. I don't do the team thing. Let's just go. Ruby,
I mean, we have the thingies. Can we talk?
Ruby, I think picks you up by the back of your shirt or something, Bruce, and carries you 4 steps before she realizes you can just walk on your own, and she kind of puts you down. She's like, sorry.
Yeah, you got to be careful about manhandling me, because, like I said, it's a little bit of a hair trigger.
Oh, it's like an emotional thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could say that.
so you could actually.
The other guy's in there. Now I'm used to not having to introduce the concept to people because it's really pretty well known where I come from.
Gotcha.
When that guy gets out, I have no control. So you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Boom, take a shot.
I'll take an X feet.
Great. So, yes, Rebecca.
Oh no, I was just asking. Can we still communicate? We still have our ear things.
Yeah,
right?
you
Okay.
can. You do.
Yeah. So I think while they're flying up, Rogue's just gonna say, "All right, we'll hit him high, you hit him low. Meet you in the top."
Awesome.
Plan.
So, let's see.
You're not my boss. Only Daredevil is my boss.
We're gonna start this action scene. So we're going right to an action scene here, friends.
Yeah, we're doing it.
I'm gonna try to keep us not going over time too far. We might have to pause in the middle of the action scene and pick it up again next session. We'll see what happens here. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. We'll find out. But as you all enter the tallest building in Sin City, we're gonna start with. I just had to wait for that music to build.
Yeah.
It was so good.
We're gonna start with Ruby. No, we're gonna start up top. We're gonna start with Rogue, Widow, and Daredevil. So, flying through the sky, wind pass, whistling in your ears. You get to the top. You see, again, it's sort of like this, disc of a room of like a top floor, and there are windows all around. There are panes of glass. Now, some of them are broken and destroyed. Not all of them. Some are still intact. You go in through a broken one and set yourselves down in the middle of this room. You find yourselves at the top of the tower, where a haze of red light illuminates a large workshop of sorts. You see through the full-size pane glass windows that encircle the room the entire city below. You see so many of those ravines, those breaks, almost like an earthquake, sort of tore the city apart. You see reflected in one of those panes of glass, though, within the room you're in here, on the other side of this circular room, there is a large machine, I suppose, sort of a metal machine with tubes sort of coming out of it and whatnot. You're not entirely sure what that's for. And then in the center of the room, there's an elevator. Near the elevator is a set of lab tables, I suppose. Beakers and tubes and different chemicals inside of them. Papers scattered around. It's very much like a work area. And you notice that there's one glass container sitting there. It's about this big or so. And inside of it is a head. The head looks scarred
Oh no.
and wounded and disgusting.
Uh-huh.
And as it looks at you, you see that it blinks, and then it says, "What's up, you scuzz buckets?" And you don't know whose head this is, but some of you might recognize the voice because it is arguably the most annoying voice you've ever heard. You think this might be Deadpool?
No!
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Period.
Once again, the head is just looking at you, sort of just chilling. No body, just the head, like very Futurama style.
Oh my God.
Well, that's new.
I'm just stunned.
Yeah.
So,
No words.
the head just kind of looks at you all and says, "Don't tell me you don't recognize me. Come on, your old friendly pal Spider-Man."
No. Can Ro walk up closer to it to get a closer look?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's she's very like stiff and like ew, but like she's
Ew, ew.
also like the curiosity of like that's not Peter Parker.
No.
Like
Yeah, you get closer. It's not that I don't know that the world knows that Spider-Man's Peter Parker, for the record.
right.
But you definitely don't think it's Spider-Man. You see... I mean, I don't know. I don't think you
It's just
know
this nasty,
Deadpool that
gnarly
well,
head.
but I think you just... It's... Yeah, this head inside of this container, it is just cut off, like, right, you know, at the, like a neckline, so it's almost sort of like stuck, but it kind of like is leaning against, and sometimes when the mouth moves and he talks, it sort of jostles a little bit, you know, and kind of bounces around the the container a little bit.
So
I was
disturbing.
gonna say, all right. Well, sorry, I don't seem to recognize you, but you do seem to be missing some parts. Can I get your name there?
Oh my god, Rogue, come on, you're killing me. We were both members of the X-Men. Come on. Come on. Okay, fine.
Logan?
I am flattered. So flattered, but no, I wish.
That's the only X-Men I know that can talk without a head, without a body.
If I had his body, am I right? Or anybody, for that matter.
I think Natasha steps out from the shadows just a little bit because she'll say, "That's Deadpool." I feel like she'd know.
Ah,
She keeps track of
there it
every
is.
superhero. Yeah.
Yes, Natasha. Good to see you. Good to see you. And good to see you. Daredevil, get it? That's a blind joke. You get it.
I'm speechless.
You get it.
Still, I'm just like I'm looking. My eyes are directed straight to the ground because I can't believe what I'm hearing. If my perception is right, there is a scarred, talking,
Gross.
dismembered head.
Yeah, and for the record, after he said that it's a blind joke, he cuts to, I don't know, the camera, I suppose, and he just whispers to the audience watching on Twitch, "Look, I know that nobody else knows Daredevil's blind from where I'm from, but we're gonna roll with it, okay?"
Obsessed.
So, what can I do for you? Welcome to my house. Just kidding. This isn't my house.
What happened to you?
Well, where do you want me to start?
The
there's
beginning.
a lot. Oh, shit. Okay, I don't think we have that much time. We have about 22 minutes here. But
How did your head end up in a jar?
Right. Okay, so my body exploded. So that happened. And then so you guys know Mr. Sinister? Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Have you heard of that guy?
We're looking for him.
Yeah.
Familiar.
Big
he,
fans.
he keeps me around. I think he gets lonely sometimes. And so I just, sing him songs, you know in The Lion King when Zazu is inside of that cage, and there's that moment where he's like, coconuts, I don't remember the song, let's be honest, guys. But that's me right now. I am his Zazu.
Well, this is all very entertaining, as much as I love a sideshow. The thing is, we're kind of in a hurry here, and the last thing we want to do is, run into Sinister. So, is Logan here? Is Wolverine here?
Gotcha. I got good news and bad news. Logan is kind of here. I'll explain that one in a bit. But Sinister is right behind you.
What did I look behind?
And as you turn around, I'm gonna go ahead and start the action scene here with Sinister. You turn around and you see stepping, or rather like that metal machine I was talking about has opened, and fog sort of pours into the room. And stepping out of it, looking as fresh and as vibrant as the day, the last time you saw him. Unlike everything else in this world that looks dusty and old and aged, he looks beautiful. Now, for those of you who don't know Mr. Sinister in real life here, he, kind of has a... How do you describe Mr. Sinister? Sexy sci-fi Dracula. Yes, that's great. And he emerges, and he flawlessly, like on a runway, just steps out of the machine and says, "My, I was hoping for guests tonight."
Yeah.
He takes a couple steps towards you, and he says, "And you are delicious guests." He
he's so slimy.
looks right at you, Rogue. And he says, "Oh, I've been waiting for you for a while. You are a gap in my collection. I would like to be filled."
Oh my god.
You say that out loud.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He turns, he looks to you, Daredevil, and he says, "You are unexpected, but I can work with that." And then he turns to Widow, and he says, "You are unnecessary." And you see his eyes. Now, I want to say, he's got that red diamond on his forehead as well. You see his eyes illuminate, and immediately a blast, an optic beam, extremely similar to Cyclops's, emerges from his eyeballs and is coming at you, Elise. So go ahead and roll me a reaction roll here as we start the scene.
Oh god.
Too bad Johnny's not here. I would get so many XPs from flirting with this guy.
I know.
Okay. Alright, we have a 16 with a... Oh, you're so lucky, I got a 1. A D8 effect.
Okay, yeah, I had a 12 with the D8 effects. So...
Can you can't up it at all, can you? If
I don't have any plot points left.
In that case, your D8 hits you. This is going to be physical stress as you watch Hollis, Rebecca, Rogue, and Daredevil watch as turns, blasts, and Natasha goes flying. Glass pane shatters as she goes flying out of a 1,200-foot tall building. And we have... That is going to be a D8 of physical stress on you, Elise.
Got it. Boy.
as you have some like glass shards kind of like stuck in you at this point. And Sinister is now going to pass it to I'm gonna go ahead and pass it down to Hulk, and I'll tell you why. It's just because I want to get them going. So as that sort of shatters, we turn the page in the comic and move many floors lower, where Bruce and Ruby are sort of ascending a stairwell. You get to a floor that the door is ajar, and it is a huge windowless circular level. Inside, something catches your eye, which is why you stop here. Yes, I know. I knew it was coming, Sumkey. I knew it was coming between.
I was surprised Kelsey didn't just grab that by the throat.
Gonna do it. I thought Kelsey was gonna do it. Yes, is it a door or a jar?
My favorite.
I love it. Graham, what catches your eye inside of this like lab? Essentially, you see a large like laboratory. On the far end of the room, in a large case. Graham, can you still hear me? He froze. No, he froze. I knew it was gonna happen right now. Oh, he's there.
Oh,
wait,
I
he's
can
there.
you're back.
I can hear.
Okay, someone using your microwave. Okay. So you this laboratory on the far end of the room, this large glass capsule inside this murky greenish liquid, and you see sort of the through the murkiness what could be a skeleton inside of that liquid.
Is it laced with adamantium?
It does look quite metallic in nature. Yes.
Whoa. Okay, so it's my turn?
It is your turn.
All right. Just on first scan, does it look like there's like life support stuff?
Yeah, it looks like it's hooked up to I mean, there's a number of sort of large metal tubes going into it.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember. We think that Logan is... We don't think he's working for Sinister, right?
You don't really know for sure. They
Okay.
They didn't give you much information on where Wolverine... all they really told you is that there's a chance Wolverine has been captured by Sinister, but
Okay.
they don't know much more.
All right. Go to... If there's like a terminal or an operation panel or something, I'll attempt to drain the liquid from the tube and get him out.
Okay.
Ruby's with me still?
Yeah, she is.
I'll say, you know this guy?
This skeleton?
This is-
Oh.
This is the best there ever was at what he did.
She says, yes, we've, if this is who I think it is, we've actually met before. Although, I don't know that he was the best at what, he was a lunatic, I think is the word I'm looking for, so...
Well, shit.
But,
I'll keep going.
yeah, go ahead and, make a roll here.
Yeah, so I've got tech. I'm going to spend a plot point to also add my... and then I'm acting as genius in a bottle. And I am Buddy. Oh, cool.
Buddy.
So I got 6d8 as Bruce Banner. That's pretty shocking.
Nice.
I surely can roll a 1 on that, too.
I rolled
so
a
there's-
1.
Okay. I'm going to activate that opportunity with a plot point. And I want to...
I will say it's on a D10. Which...
Oh, so I could... Yeah, let me knock a D10 out of the Doom Pool. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I had that idea.
Just trying to... You got a lot going
That's
on.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And my total is... Oh, I'm rolling against the Doom Pool, huh?
Yeah.
This is going to be high. All right, I'll spend another plot point to add an extra die. So my total is 16.
Good.
Not enough?
That's good.
Oh.
I got a 13. You're fine.
Woo! Okay, D8 effect die.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm like establishing an asset or if I'm just trying to free him. You tell me.
So...
Like, if I could, the asset I want would be, like, influence or you know, like pull with him.
I love that.
Try and convince him.
That's fantastic.
To help us.
Yeah, it may not come up, of course, in this this action scene, but that's something that I like that. So go ahead and create that asset for yourself. And before you get too deep into that, who do you want to pass it to?
Let me pass it to. So we've got Johnny, Rogue, and Daredevil are up top. Is Black Widow there?
I'm
too?
not up top. I'm on the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Real quick, actually, before we leave you, you go up and you start kind of working at the monitor, just like to start taking this thing apart, essentially. As you do, you hear a sort of growl from the sort of the side of the room that you hadn't really, you just kind of walked in, saw your thing, did your thing. Ruby is watching the door behind you, so neither of you noticed in the far corner of the room, it's a circular room, whatever, is a furry, dark blue beast who looks at you with like just primal savagery in eyes, and like claws come out, but it is not his turn, so that's all that happens so far.
Okay,
that's great.
I'm gonna call it Weapon X Online.
Oh, cool. Oh, sick. I love it.
And it's a D8.
Cool.
Okay, then I'm passing to. Sorry, go ahead. Elise is.
Oh, I'm
Elise.
flying out the window. I'm falling.
Oh, you're falling.
Yes.
I'm gonna pass to
Where's
you.
Johnny? Oh.
Okay, yes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, Johnny, I could use a ride up here. That's, I think, all I can do at this point.
Sure. Let's see. I think that...
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like you don't have an action to take, then I'll actually pass it to Johnny.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Great. So you keep falling. We'll skip your turn for a second. We'll come back to you. Let's go to Johnny. Sorry?
I am a human feather fall. I was making my zoom sound. That's the sound it makes when I fly.
Okay, sick. Go ahead and make a roll to... Honestly, though, guys, no, you don't need to make a roll to catch somebody falling out of the sky. This is something that you do all the time. I'm not going to make you roll for this. You catch her, you know, you kind of deflame your upper half like normal and just kind of catch her so she's not on fire. Easy.
Hot feet.
But as you do, you kind of catch her midair. Do you say anything? Do you do anything here?
You're welcome.
We could use your help upstairs.
Oh, you want me up there now?
Yeah, we need you.
Okay, cool.
Elise, Black Widow is sort of in his arms looking up at him. You are also looking up at the sky, and you see it's nighttime. You already couldn't see the moon because of how hazy the sky is. But clouds roll in. And as they do, Johnny is sort of just like naturally kind of flying upward towards the sort of top level.
Yeah.
And you hear a thunder crack. Lightning flashes across the sky.
No!
And you see descending from the top, like not the top level, but rather the point, like the needle point of the building, descending down, you see a woman. She is beautiful. She is like the rest of the people you've seen in this city. She looks as young and normal as she ever did, the exception being she's got that red diamond on her forehead, and she comes down and you see Storm descending towards you.
Great. Okay, so I'll say incoming, throw me in, I'll send Rogue out.
So Johnny, it is your turn still.
Yeah.
You just caught Elise. I mean, Natasha. I'm gonna do that every time. What do you do next?
She said throw me in.
Into the building, wherever, top of the building. Yeah.
Where you were.
But you don't have to, that's up to you.
I'm going to throw her in, and I see Storm up there, and I'm like, fuck. Because my options, just so you guys know, my options are destroy people. I don't really have much I can do besides that. So I want to make sure I'm really destroying a bad guy if possible. So I go in after Natasha and try to, I'm going to attack spooky, sinister Sally.
Okay. So you two go inside that first level, that top level, and go ahead and make me a roll to, like, you just come in guns a-blazing at Sinister.
Yeah, and also I want to be very clear that I'm focusing that at the spot on his forehead. I want to try to destroy that. That is my, even if I don't destroy him, my goal is to destroy that.
Okay.
Or prize it off of him and burn it off, whatever. So that is what I'm doing. All right. So we got that. We got the fire. We got that. We got that. We got a tech edition, I think, because it's what that red thing is what I've decided. And then 10. Wish me luck, guys. If it sucks, I'm sorry in advance. It sucks a little bit. A 14.
Okay.
With your Doomble berries that you've got in your pot, I don't know how we're gonna survive this one, but that's fine.
You don't have any stress for me to add. Okay. What was your total?
14.
Okay. I got a 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I gotta do. But I got a 17 with a D12 effect. Yes. Ouchies.
It's probably gonna be something in my brain.
I think what's gonna happen here. Graham. How would it work if I used my effect on the Doom Pool? Does it just go directly into the Doom Pool? Or...
like you're taking action to build the Doom Pool?
Oh, it would have to be an action to...
Is that what you're saying?
Like, basically, I guess... we talked about once about using, like, villain effects to grow the Doom Pool, and I guess I just didn't know what scenario I could do that in. Does it have to be... taking an action to specifically do that, or could it be...
Yeah, if the hero is like stopping you from adding to the Doom Pool with that action, then you could you would roll against that hero, like, you know, they would roll their opposition and you'd have to beat them and then add the effect die.
Sure. Okay, well, I won't do that right now. I will spend let me ask you this. Do I just spend any die from the Doom Pool to use my effect die as a reaction?
Yep, it has to be the same size.
It has to be the same size. That's what I was wondering.
Yep.
So if I have a D12 effect, but a D10 in the Doom Pool, can I just lower it to a D10? Or does it have to be
No, you'd have to keep a different effect die, I think.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Then I will keep.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
I'm gonna do it.
good.
I'm still gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it with a D8 instead of a D12. You got lucky there, Kelsey.
Nice.
Nice.
So this is gonna be a D8 effect back on Human Torch. So as you come in, just ready to just flame punch this dude. He reaches out. He kind of sees you coming, reaches out, and you see a bluish white sort of mist emerge from his fingertips, and a beam of ice shoots out at you, and just nullifies your fire. And Johnny, you feel cold. It completely douses your flame. You are a naked man with little underwear, and you are cold as hell.
I do have cold immunity.
Ah, yes, yes.
So you can spend a plot point to ignore it.
I'm gonna spend a plot point to say, you obviously don't know me. Dude.
Fantastic. So yeah, you spend a plot point. As that comes over you, no effect. You flame back up immediately. Fantastic. All right, Johnny, who are you passing it to?
I'm going to pass it to Deadpool.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Is that an option?
Did you say Deadpool?
Deadpool.
Oh yeah, so
Here.
Deadpool
Shit.
is, so for the record, Deadpool and Ruby are both, well, Deadpool arguably is an ally. It's up to you, I guess. Ruby is definitely an ally, but only usable by Graham at the moment. When you use an ally, they are just a D8 that you can add to
got
your roll.
Okay, quick. Okay. Then I'll go to Daredevil. That's fine.
Great.
And I'm excited about it. I didn't want to.
I guess I'll pass it to him.
Oh shit. I'm gonna marry these two ideas there, Johnny. I'm going to grab the jar that is holding his head. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the jar that's holding his head, and before I'm gonna say something that I'll tell you here in a minute, and then I'm gonna chuck it at Mr. Sinister's face.
Okay. Great. Amazing.
Tell me Deadpool's going,
He's actually going, no! Why have you forsaken me?
Hold on. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da.
It's like a weird Mint Mobile commercial.
Okay, this is against
Thank
Sinister.
I've got a 10 with a D10 effect.
I'm sorry, I have to call out Headpool.
Yeah.
Wild.
I love that you killed
Into
yourself.
the roster.
So, I got a 12.
That sucks. That sucks for us.
It does suck for you. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, the Doom Pool. Let's see. Yeah, why not? That's what it's for. I'm gonna spend a D8 from the Doom Pool to use a reaction here with a D8 effect. Back to you, Daredevil. So as you chuck Deadpool's head in this container,
Real quick, Justin.
yeah,
Can it be like a mini conversation with him? Like, you want to help? You want to help?
sure. He's like, yes,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. Let me help.
Okay.
Fastball special.
Sorry.
Special. Throw me. And then yes, now Graham, he's doing that. Because you got him involved. Did you add a D8, Hollis? Okay. Well, anyway, it still fails. As it goes to him, Sinister puts sort of two fingers up and just catches it midair with some sort of telekinesis, perhaps, and then just sort of sets it over to the side, and he says, and he kind of does that thing. I don't know if it'll translate on my mic, but it goes, it's like a tisk 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 noise, you know? Can you hear that? Okay, I didn't think so. But he kind of wags his finger at you, and he says, "Don't play with my toys." And then he, with that same hand, will just shove you back with telekinesis. You smash into the elevator behind you for 1d8 physical stress.
Okay. Ow!
Who are you passing to, Daredevil? Not Deadpool. Daredevil.
Who's in the room? I have Rogue in the room still, right?
Yeah, you have Rogue and Natasha are both in the room again.
Right on. I'm gonna throw it to Rogue and just like in a wheezed voice go like, "Can you do something?"
Okay, so Rogue, she sees all that happening. She's seeing the powers of her friends being used by Mr. Sinister, the slimiest of slime, and so, she's just, she's gonna say, "Stop fooling around! Find Logan and get out of here! I'll buy you time!" And she's going to fly straight at him, and, like, the idea is she's gonna fly at him and, like, grab him and just basically, like, go just pushing him just boom, boom, straight down
through the levels. Hell yeah.
Through the levels.
Yeah.
She's just taking him out of the fight, because
like in
got too much
Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh,
Yeah.
such a cool scene.
God, it was good!
Oh, yes. Okay. Roll it.
Alright. Oh, and can I use a plot point?
Yeah.
Okay.
To add a die.
Yes.
Another trait, yeah.
Another trait.
Absolutely. Ooh, baby. Oh my god!
Ooh, that was bad.
What you got?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Oh.
My screen was doing a funny, and it wasn't like adding anything in, and then it refreshed, and then it all of the clicks I had were suddenly in.
Gotcha.
So sorry. Hang on one
You're
second.
fine, you're
Gotta
fine.
rebuild.
You're fine.
No,
So
it's not fine.
yeah. As you are building your dice pool here,
Okay. Ha! There's a 1. There is a 1.
you got a 1?
But yeah, there's a 1, but I'm feeling good about the roll. I'm feeling
Okay.
good about the
I'll pay you for the 1.
Okay. And I'm just okay, so that is a 19 with a D10.
Oh, baby. 19 is...
Don't you dare. He's like, how mean do I want to be?
Trying to wage how big my doom pool is at the moment versus taking this damage. I think Elisa said let her have this. Yeah, but see, when Rogue hits, she hits hard.
I do. And I mean it.
I will allow it though. Yes, I will allow this one. So, you got a D10? What effect do you want?
I think this is I guess physical. I don't really think anything mental can get to this guy's head. Like,
I mean, I don't know.
emotional.
He's pretty vain.
That is true.
It's up to you.
Let's do yeah, because he's probably pretty strong. Let's do emotional, because she just took him out of the fight. Like all those fun little playthings, the people with
Yeah.
he was just kind of batting around. Like now he's kind of interrupted his game.
Amazing. So that's gonna be a D10 on Sinister. Hey, Q Jess, go!
Yo, he does!
Yes! Thanks for the raid. Hello, everybody.
Yay.
Miss your
We're
face.
playing some Marvel Heroes. That's all you need to know, really. They're fighting
Heroes.
in a futuristic apocalypse with Mr. Sinister in the top of a tower. That's all.
That's
Cool.
all.
So, yeah, that's a D10 emotional stress on Sinister. Ram, if you wouldn't mind plugging that in for me. And then, Awesome. So yeah, pop him in the face. He bleeds a bit from his lip, and he goes, "How dare you?" Extremely rattled by that. Clearly, nobody's punched him in, I don't know, 30 years. Who do you want to pass it to?
I'm gonna pass it to who we got? We got Mutates and we got Black Widow. Let's do actually let's do the Mutates. Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good because then Elise gets to choose.
Yeah, because then Elise, because I don't want them to go next and then give themselves an extra turn.
Aha.
Awesome. So the Mutates are going. So at this point, Storm comes in from the, like, so she descends to the level of these, like, the windows and whatnot. And you just hear, "By the lightning!" or whatever. I don't know. By the lightning, is that what she says? By the goddess!
That's great.
Lightning, heed my call! Strike down these foes!
There we go. That's what she says. Thank you, Rebecca.
I loved her as a child.
This is going to go right to you, Rogue. Go ahead and roll defense. Reaction, I mean, not defense. That's the wrong dice pool. I'm rolling the right one. Alright. We've got... I rolled a 1. We've got... This is a 14 with a D10. To you, Rebecca.
I want to activate that opportunity.
Okay. It was on D8.
Okay, I'm just gonna use it to pump up Weapon X Online to a D10.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. We can,
Like, if I step it up past a D12, does he join the scene?
yeah, possibly. I'm leaning that way, yeah.
Awesome.
I think you do. We cut downstairs. You're typing away quickly, and something you do drains the liquid from the capsule. And so the skeleton is sort of being like, it's kind of like hung on a rack or something. So it's just kind of there. But
yeah,
as
science class.
Yeah, exactly. The chemicals drained from the tube, and that ups you to a D10 there. So back to you, Rogue.
Sorry, what? I totally missed that.
You're good. So, let's see. I got a 14 with a D8.
And that was lightning towards me?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I was
Yeah.
throwing. I was with Sinister going through the floors. Like in
Oh,
Homecoming.
I forgot that part. Sorry, I had you punching him with the bleeding thing. I forgot what you said. Cool. So,
okay, I'm sorry. That's why I
no,
was
that's
like,
good. That's good.
what?
That's good.
I was like,
I forgot you were doing
planning
that.
my next move.
So retconning that,
Sorry.
you didn't punch him with the blood. You punch him through the ground, through a couple levels. So Storm then will attack Johnny. Human Torch. Storm is lightning attacking you. If you could make me a reaction roll, please.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kelsey.
It's
Thanks for the clarification.
fire.
Sometimes things are happening and there's a lot happening and I forget. So thank you for clarifying. Cool. So
I'm gonna try to dodge out of the way and yep, that's it.
Yeah, makes sense. You just gotta beat a 14 with a D8. I'm sorry, a D10. The D8 was the one.
Blessed be. Meets?
Yeah,
It beats?
Yeah, 14 will beat it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, sorry. I'm the actor. Sorry. I would.
You're
meet
the
14.
actor, I'm the
Yes.
reactor.
But you can
So you win.
roll a plot. You can spend a plot point to add.
I don't have any more.
Ouch. Okay. Lightning just blasts you from behind, in your behind, and you take a D10. D10. I'm gonna say this is a. Ooh. Physical stress or complication? Physical stress, complication. let's say complication.
Okay.
It's gonna be a D10 complication. I'm open to ideas though on what this lightning might do to you.
It could be the complication that I sort of internalize it for a while, and anything I touch gets a D10 zappy zap.
Damn. Yeah. I like that you just have lightning in your veins.
Because that makes it so I can't help my allies and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we'll just call it lightning in your veins. Is that gonna fit on a card?
I was gonna say a lightning runs through it like a river runs through it.
I like it.
That's better. I like it. Okay, so we have that for you. Lightning shakes you, and then we jump downstairs, where in the laboratory the chemicals have just drained, and we see Bruce, you are there. You clicking at the last moment. Beast lunges for your throat. So I'll need you to make me a reaction roll. You can add Ruby to this roll if you want to add her D8. And because she can be there to help you as well.
I'll need it. Trying to think of a specialty that I could add here. Something maybe tech related. Like, can I try and aim some kind of beam?
Yeah, there's a lot of tubes and whatnot. Like, you could just kind of pull one out and point it that way. And
yeah, like some weird chemical exhaust.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll grab that for my science specialty. Then I've got Buddy. Genius in a bottle. Here we go. Oh, guys, I rolled 2 1s again.
You gotta
Personally responsible for the Doom pool at this point. I've done as much as Justin has. So oh, damn it. My total is 8. Oh, sorry, I didn't roll the D8 for Ruby.
Yeah, go ahead and add it.
That might save me here. Probably not. So I have a total of...
Sorry, let me tell you my total, because I'm the actor here.
Yep, go ahead.
So I got a 13 with a D8.
With the 2 1s, there's nothing I can do. So I fail.
Okay.
Is this beast coming at me?
What I will do is I'm going to give you 2 plot points for those 2 1s. Because I'm going to use one to up a D8 to a D10.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I could have kept... No, it would be a D6. Okay. Boop. And then I'm going to add a D6 as well.
Shoot.
Okay. Beast lurches for you. Wait. You did beat me though, right?
No.
You didn't. I'm sorry. Okay. You failed. Got it.
Yep.
So then a D8. Okay, so yeah, Beast Ruby gets there just too late and sort of she grabs an arm on Beast, but she kind of swings him around, but his claws scrape you across the chest, just kind of cutting you open. As that happens, he sort of flings across the room. I will admit that I actually I forgot to roll your stress with my with my pool.
Oh, the D10 emotional stress.
I did forget.
Okay, for now, the Hulk's
you.
power set is shut down, so it doesn't matter in terms of stepping up my stress.
Got it. So yeah, he kind of clawed you there. She kind of do-si-dos him around though, so that he's sort of facing her at the moment. but that will be a D8 physical stress on Bruce.
Yeah, so Bruce is doing like breathing exercises. He's doing, what is it, Lamaze? And he's like trying to hold it together. And I think for the moment, I don't think there's anything that like automatically transforms me unless you compel it somehow.
Yeah, I think...
So I don't think taking the stress necessarily will help me out.
Sure. No, I don't think so. I mean, I think you can keep it in at the moment. That's cool. So...
Yeah, maybe I'm like working with our the like Hulk thing, trying to hold my suppress the change.
Yeah. Sick. So anyway, that's the second mutate. The final mutate to take their turn is... on the top floor, Elise, Natasha, you are up there, and you feel yourself, a pole slips between, like, kind of between your legs and just kind of twists to try and, like, basically trip you flat. Go ahead and roll a reaction for me.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Cool. I will pay you plot point for the 1.
Okay.
What else did you roll? Oh, sorry, I'm the actor. That's my bad. I get confused sometimes. I got a 13 with a D10.
Super. I rolled a 9 with a D10.
Okay. You can't add anything to it?
No, it wouldn't help me.
Sure. So, this pole sticks in and just kind of flips you. You kind of do like a full front flip and just land smack on your back. Looking down at you is Gambit once again. However, his mouth has reformed. It's fine. It's not broken anymore. But his long, staff pole thing, sort of down at your face. This D10. This D10, he comes down to your head, and he puts his hand over your face, just like this, basically, and you feel this sort of I keep want to say ooze. You feel this sort of ooze start kind of covering your mouth in a way that you are like, it's hard to breathe.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a D10 complication on you.
Okay.
That is called conversion, I think.
Oh, okay.
So Graham, I'll need a D10 complication called conversion for Black Widow. Okay, and that is the end of the Mutate's turn. And I believe there's one person left to go.
Just Black Widow.
Just Black Widow.
Yep.
Widow, it is your turn.
Yep, okay. So I would like to dive in after Rogue, like from floor to floor until I land because I don't want her to be alone with him.
Okay.
And then give him an electric blast if I can.
Let me say, with this complication I just gave you, it's
yeah.
going to be, you can't really get away from him at the moment. So you can basically try to do something to to break free. But
yeah, okay. Yeah, then I'll shoot an electric blast at his chest.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Okay. I rolled an 18 with a D8 effect.
All right. That will... Wait a second.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Yep, doing it. Sorry. That's gonna fail. I'm going to get a 20.
Okay.
This is Dark Justin.
Dark Justice coming out. It's late, baby.
Dark Baron.
Dark Baron. So, Elise, you
Yeah.
shoot that up. He just, as it kind of comes up at him, he just swipes it away with his like pole, essentially. That's that. So you are still stuck there. And before we go on to your next turn here, we watch. So we're about to start a new round. We won't get to that round tonight. We're gonna call it here. But before we part, I just want to sort of give a rundown of the situation as it is. We have, in a lower level, Bruce, clawed
Ruby
across the chest. Ruby is locked in battle with Beast, a dark beast. Ooh, that's good. That's Age of Apocalypse, little wink for you there, guys. And we have a possibly revivifying Logan in a chamber. We'll see.
I'm so excited.
Higher up, we have Rogue pummeling into Sinister, who is getting there, but also quite powerful. And then up higher, we have Daredevil. I'm trying to think of the last thing you did, my friend Matt. I think you're muted. Maybe?
I just got hit. I just got hit by old Sinister.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, you were hit.
Yeah.
Alongside Johnny, who has been electrocuted by a storm, and Natasha, who is somehow being maybe converted with ooze. Yes, so kind of an up and down battle here. The Doom Pool is scary. And there's a lot of complications on the table, so it'll be an interesting conclusion to this fight. I'm sorry to have to pull the plug on it tonight, but we just don't want to go too late here. So, to our dear audience, thank you for staying with us tonight. Thank you for all of the fun conversation in the chat. We will be back again next week at same time, 8 p.m. Central. So until then, have a good week. See you later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.